tell me how much he loves me, so I wanted to show him how much I love him.
Go the easy way, this way. You're going to have to fight a lot of people that way. Just like this right here.
75. Nolan Raw, George Creighton.
Hello everyone, welcome to Hughson, California, as the Hughson High School Huskies have another home game against the Somerville High School Bears. And it was a little hour drive for Somerville to get here, but here we are, folks. I'm Anthony Silva with Carlos Franco. And first off, we do want to thank our sponsors is Black Oak Casino Resort, Chicken Ranch Casino, Bears Quarterback Club, and the Somerville Bears Quarterback Club as well. Thank you for all our sponsors, and those are bringing you this broadcast. Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm Anthony Silva with Carlos Franco. Two teams that are maybe the same record after all, as Hughson High School, the Huskies, are a record of 2-1, and Somerville High School, the Bears, are a record of 1-2. But Carlos, you said that Hughson may have the same record as Somerville.
Yeah, that's what happened. We have Coach King an interview early on that we spoke to him about his team. However, we're going to be joined at halftime by Mr. Joe Bernard, who's the athletic director here at Hughson High School. He's going to talk about a forfeit that was basically what happened with Hughson played a week 0 game versus Amos Alonzo Stagg High School of Stockton, California, and they played an ineligible player, so their record is actually 1-2 instead of the 2-1. And he's going to talk about that, clarify what exactly happened, and that will bring you that more at halftime.
Right, and it's very important as an AD. Before we dive into the actual game, as a school taking accountability as an AD, I think that's a big step to show credibility within your program. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes, no, they're not hiding anyone. We were kind of teasing earlier on, Anthony and I, about it wasn't like a Danny Almonte type thing. It was right. Just something that happened. We're all human. We make mistakes, and it was really big that they owned up to it, and they're going to move on. Something about that, I was on the field earlier, and I could feel like I want to say the confidence from Hughson tonight. It's like they want to come out and make a statement, maybe because of that. I don't know. It's kind of like the Bart Scott, can't wait. They're ready to go right now, So that's good if you're a Husky fan. Not too good if you're a Bear fan. So we'll find out, see what happens.
Well, yeah, how they respond to that will be determined as the game will start shortly, as the kickoff will almost be underway. As what a night for football. Friday night, high school kids all out to have a good time, and here's the kickoff between the Huskies and the Bears. And it'll be a touchback where we will see the Hughson offense take the field first.
So we get our first look at number 10, Aiden Meyer. He's the quarterback for Hughson, and he's a 3-sport star here at Hughson High School, 3-sport athlete, and we're going to get a look at him. We've seen some pretty good quarterbacks here in the first few weeks on NorCal SportsTV, but we're going to see what he's about. He's ranked up there with the best guys that we've seen so far.
Yes, there's a good chunk of people here all sitting down trying to see some good football, and the offense will finally march their way onto the field. There's a lot of height on the field. You got some 6'4" guys, the offensive line, some players well above 6 foot, including Damian Cantano at right tackle. So it should be interesting how they handle the size. And a fire to the left side. He'll run up, and Morris will go out of bounds.
Well, Mayer starts off hot right away, throws the ball out to Morris to the left sideline there and goes upfield, first down right away.
Yeah, as those short screen passes could set up that long ball later on, right?
Definitely. They had a guy in motion as well, too. And I noticed that no one ran with them at the beginning there on the defense for the Bears, so I'm not sure if they're going to stay in the zone, if they're going to run with them as far as man, but we'll find out shortly.
Yeah, as we see Meyer in the shotgun. They're running up the middle, and there's a burst of speed into the front field. They got to the secondary almost. As a great run by De La Cruz. He's the heart of the running game for this team.
Yeah, De La Cruz is a shifty guy. He also does some kick returning as well, so we're going to see him quite a bit. You know, one of the things that Coach King talked about was having Mayer get the ball to the playmakers.
As he did have 14 carries for 75 yards in his last game. As shotgun again, another screen pass now to the right side. And escapes a shoelace tackle, and then will get tackled out of bounds. Raw with the catch, and the chains are moving smoothly early. This is how this offense wanted to get started.
Yeah, definitely. That looked like an RPO, and the 23, Castilla for Somerville, was playing kind of far off the ball. I'm not sure if that's where he's supposed to be aligned. However, that was too easy for Mayer. There was a pitch and catch.
Yeah, and for those watching on the bottom of your screen, you see Morris. Look at him. Isn't he a big – you want to throw that 50-50 ball up to him. As now another pass on the outside and immediately tackled. And that'll be a couple yards on the play.
Yeah, that was number 2, Eliseo Avila for the Somerville Bears come up. Made a really nice tackle on 44, Clayton Dowdy. Dowdy plays middle linebacker as well for Hughson, so we'll be seeing him quite a bit tonight.
And when you're a quarterback and you play multiple positions, do you recommend – like it's tough when you're quarterback, which is technically one of your most important players, playing a second position. Meyer, shotgun. They'll run it again with the option, and now Meyer, he's going to take it himself and lower his shoulder, and that's a lot of power there, first down.
Yeah, Meyer kept that. You know, who said quarterbacks can't run? You know, it can't be tough guys. I mean, he just put his head down and ran right into number 2, Eliseo Avila. Well, that's 2 tackles back-to-back, though. Avila, he's not scared of anybody either, so he's going to mix it up as well. I want to go back to something you said, Anthony, earlier, number 7 down here, Morris. Good matchup down here at the bottom of your screen. 50-50 ball. It's probably coming pretty soon.
Yes, they're going to run it to the outside yet again and immediately tackled again, as that was only a couple yards. Great defense to solidify that run.
Dowdy was taken down there by Shirley, 42 of.
Yeah, they're trying to get Dowdy going early with that quick out on the outside. They try to hit him immediately and then, of course, run into the outside. But let's see how they use him, as he is in the slot.
Part of the pack. Let me hear you howl.
And Meyer in the gun, 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line. They're going to run again. Meyer's going to keep it, and why not? He lowers the shoulder again, and that's back-to-back runs, Franco, where it's easy first downs.
Yeah, definitely. He gets behind number 60 there. Number 60 who is Carson Hatch, and also number 71, Scarborough. And he just takes off and he just keeps it.
Well, they are in the red zone now, 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line, as we're just getting started here in Hughson, California. There's an option yet again, but they scuffed it up, and they got him immediately. Meyer tackled, and it's very important that this Bears defensive line really shows that they can't just get pushed over. They've allowed an average of 29 points in their past 3 games. How do you, as a coach, Franco, how do you stop that? It's a little frustrating when your defense gives that much.
Well, they start off really well, and they tackle well. I think the problem with them is depth. You know, you got a lot of guys playing both ways.
And there was the read option, trying to kick it to the outside, but nothing doing.
Kind of like we're talking right now, 2 back-to-back solid plays by the Bears defense. We got a 3rd and 11 now. They will start off good. They're aggressive. They make them tough up in Tuolumne. And but the problem is that I feel the depth from the film that I've watched, you know, that they get tired. 3rd and 11 here.
Yeah, 3rd and 11 at the 13. Let's see what Myers has. He's running to the right side, looking, firing, and in and out. And
that
the pass
was
is
a nice
incomplete.
throw, right on the numbers. Hit Raw right on number 5 on his chest there.
Yeah, you got to hit those. As now it's going to be 4th.
We got a
Yeah,
penalty.
there is a penalty flag. And we'll see what the call is momentarily. It looks to be a holding penalty, and they'll be backed up.
Okay, Coach Sean Leveros decided to take the penalty there. He could have declined, and he would have had 4th down there.
Yeah, possibly trying to get him out of field goal range to see just to be certain about it, but now they are backed up, and it's still third down, as you said.
If you are under the age of 35, we have to ask that you not stand on the second rail of the railing down front. You could fall and break a body.
Oh, I guess he changed his mind.
Yeah, and the
He
holding
sure did.
penalty is declined. You are right, Carlos.
So here we go. Fourth down. Now they can still get a first down here.
Yeah, they could. 4th and 10 at the 13,
We got-
and Meyer in the gun. Escaping pressure, fires middle of the field and off the hands of Dowdy.
The direct shot, the
He's been busy early, and that's tough. 2 tough catches where you get hit immediately, then you drop a touchdown.
Yeah, Meyer is he threw 2 strikes there on that drive, 2 drop balls.
Somerville will take over on the
Speaking to Coach,
13-yard line. It'll be 1st and
Earlier,
10.
Coach King, he mentioned that there was some drop balls in the last week game as well, so that's hurting them early, and it hurt them last week, so they're going to have to work on that.
Yeah, as they'll take place at the 13-yard line, and they're backed up in their own end zone, but they did turn over the Huskies on downs.
Yeah, so we get our look at number 16, Brokini, today. So the first look we got at him today, and see what he could do for Somerville.
Yeah, as he's in the shotgun, they'll run an inside handoff, and it's just like a pile of bodies, all stripping at one thing. It's a football. No chicken strips quite yet.
There, but there's a
Not
whole
yet.
dog pile on top of it.
As
That was number 8, Veach. He's going to be their featured back tonight.
Yeah, speaking of Veach, last game he was busy. He had 14 carries. He did rush for over 50 yards. He had a touchdown. He's busy in both ends. He also had 4 catches for over 20 yards. He's more of that featured back, like you said. He'll catch and run.
Yeah, and he's bigger than some of his linemen, so he could run in between the tackles.
As Brokini will hand it off again right up the gut, and that will be enough for a first down.
Really nice offensive line surge up front by Somerville. Guys like Pierce, 77, 56, Renteria, 59, Pimentel, 76, Hutchinson as well. So really nice surge. They got about 3rd and 3 here.
This is 3rd and 3 from the 20-yard line. 8 minutes remain in the first quarter. Brokini's in the shotgun. As he tried to keep it himself, but he could be short. We'll see. Tackled around the 22-yard line.
He's going to have a 4th down. Yeah, number 56, Renteria, pulling on that towards the bottom of your screen there. So they're going to be a little bit short.
So, yeah, you're right. 4th and 1 at the short. What are you running here?
Well, it's early in the game. He's probably going to punt, but you never know.
And we'll have to see as Brokini is in the shotgun. And
Looks
they
like
could
they're
be
gonna
trying
try
to jump him.
Yeah, exactly. Try to get him to jump off sides. And he might quick kick here, which he's lining up to do.
And a bad snap, which could be messy. Now he's going to look, and he still tried to kick it. And the ball is everywhere right now.
It looks like Hughson recovered that on the 23-yard line. I'm not sure.
Yes, Hughson saying they have it. We'll see. And regardless, it was a punt, so they do get it. And that's a big win for this offense because they were driving well, but they just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, now we got the 4th down. Now it goes back to the quarterbacks that we're going to see tonight. We saw Brokini's a very good athlete. Could punt, could throw the ball, could run. So it gives them that other phase there, as well as Hughson. They have a quarterback that could also punt. So sometimes they'll line up on 4th down instead of in a punt formation. They'll line up in an offensive formation and see what the defense does. And then what the quarterback will do, they'll quick kick, kind of like that attempt there.
Here's the junior quarterback, Aiden Meyer. His last game, 13 for 22, 223 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's a nice stat line for a quarterback, isn't it?
It is. And I'm still waiting for what you were foreshadowing there, Anthony, with number 7, Morris, down here at the bottom of your screen. They're going to take a shot pretty soon, I think. Even though he had 2 drops early on, I think they're still going to throw the ball here to number 7 pretty soon.
Yes, he is one-on-one coverage on the bottom of your
No
screen.
one's even covering the number 2 man over here at the bottom of your screen.
And it's an option to the outside and try to get him. He'll try to turn it. And he's still on his feet. And, he took – first he got wrapped in the legs and it left him vulnerable up top, but he hopped back up quick.
Now, one of the things when I spoke to Coach Sean Leveros of Somerville, he talked about defensively one of the keys were assignment and alignment. Right there, Somerville was not aligned correctly. So we had a guy, basically an uncovered receiver, it looked like, and the ball was ran to that void. So I don't know if it was audible by Mayer and he saw that and attacked that, or if it was just the play that was already called. But that was one of the things that Coach Leveros and his staff were trying to stress to their players: assignment, alignment, line up correctly, put yourself in a good position to make a play.
Yeah, I could not agree more as they're communicating, and he gave a head nod to the right side. Let's see what that means.
Top of your screen, 2 receivers, 1 defensive back.
And timeout, Bears.
Yeah.
And do you think that was because of the defensive miscommunication?
I think so. I mean, we're just coincidence we were talking about it right now.
As we'll have a short timeout. But yes, it's the communication between offense and defense is going to be very important. But we'll have to see as they do take this short timeout. This game is brought to you by Black Oak Casino Resort. As if you haven't been to the Black Oak Casino Resort recently, now is the time to come by and check us out. Whether you enjoy concerts and other events at the Westside Pavilion, the 5-star RV Park, the beautiful Black Oak Hotel and Conference Center, the bowling alley and family fun center. Yeah, there's a lot to do. All the games, our casino offers, or the fine dining at Seven Sisters Restaurant, it's all there waiting for you at Black Oak Casino Resort. As the offense makes their way back on the field, it's 2nd and 1 inside of the red zone at the 13-yard line. Coach, what do you see? They're in the gun.
It's 2nd and 1. I still want to see the throw down here to number 7.
And he's going to keep it, but he gets thrown forward, thankfully, and that should be enough for the first down. Tackled around the 11-yard line. So far, it's been a running affair as they've ran the option both to De La Cruz and, of course, Dowdy, even the quarterback Meyer. But outside of that big throw in the end zone, we haven't seen a lot of vertical throwing.
No, not yet, you know. He had the 2 drops we mentioned earlier in the drops last week, but it doesn't mean that the coaches aren't still going to call the passes. We got the receiver coach, Mike Cruz, for Hughson. He's been working with his receivers. We got a little screen going here to 22.
Yeah, there it is outside. There is a penalty marker on the field, and he's rumbling and stumbling, and now we see the bodies, and
he's still not down.
He's still not down. Very feisty running back in De La Cruz, refusing to go down. You need running backs like that. The shorter they are, I feel like the feistier they have to be.
Yeah. That was a feisty run, like you're saying there, and we were talking about the passing game, and they went to it right there with the screen. Really nice call. They're waving off the flag, so it's going to be 1st and goal for Hughson.
Yeah, they are waving off the flag, and we'll see now. They're all the way. Let's see where they mark this football.
So the ball is going to be spotted at the 4-yard line.
That's at the 4-yard line, so they're pounding on the door early as we're midway through the first quarter, and we're still looking for our first touchdown. 2nd and 3 at the 4. Meyer with a power option to the quarterback, and he's in. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
The Huskies score their first touchdown of the game, and this offense seemed to be moving very smoothly as Meyer is too big to tackle, it seems like.
Yeah, no, he kept that one, went right behind 75 Hicks, 71 Scarborough there, and he took it into the house there for the opening touchdown. You'll see it right here. What it is, basically, it's a lead now. He's got 22, De La Cruz out in front of him, 22 against 22 on the lead block. So that was a quarterback lead all the way. There was not an option on that. That was a strict run, and it results in a touchdown.
Yeah, they just went behind their powerful offensive line, which has moved this D-line well. I would say now they've controlled the game, and the extra point is good. And Hughson strikes first, 7-0.
Yeah, something I want to mention on that was that pass play we talked about, where they're going to end up throwing the ball that, or go away from it. Now they ran a screen to the short side of the field, which a lot of times, coaches like to run to the wide side. They ran it to the short side, maybe caught Somerville off guard there. That was a big play to number 22, De La Cruz, with that nice run that set up the touchdown. And he also was the lead blocker on that last touchdown too. So De La Cruz is doing quite a bit of things already early on.
Yeah, and for those who've watched Hard Knocks, I don't know if you watched episode 3 or 4, but Gruden talked about you got to have a running back that knows how to pick up blitzes and block, right? That's the big picture, I think, in all this.
Definitely. It's got to be like a Swiss Army knife, a guy that can do a lot of things, not just a runner or a catcher, a guy that could just basically go out there and play multiple positions. He could do different things. Blocking is always very important, of course.
Right, as we'll get going in this kickoff momentarily. And we'll see what the Bears can do on offense, as Brokini struggled his last time out, but it's not always the quarterback's fault. But last game he went 10 for 21 for 95 yards. He is looking to redeem himself as he'll get another opportunity.
On your feet, Huskies.
And here is the kickoff by Raw.
Got the fake reverse here.
It is a
Two
fake
kept it.
reverse as Avila trying to turn the corner, and he's rumbling. And forward progress hasn't been stopped yet till now. About the 25-yard line is where Brokini will get to work.
Now, Somerville's known for that fake reverse, or they give the reverse. They didn't run it last week, I don't believe, against Galt, but they just did it today. It's a fun play to watch, and I'm sure that the players enjoyed doing that. As you could see, Eliseo Avila, he kept it and got upfield, positive yards. He's been playing cornerback as well. He's got about 3 tackles, so he's returning kicks. And like I mentioned, a lot of the guys on the Somerville team, they play both ways, Iron Man football.
Yeah, which you have to sometimes at the high school level. Receivers or defensive backs, and sometimes even linebackers, all depending on how athletic they are. As we'll see Brokini get to work in the gun. Far into the left side, and Butterfingers on the left side. A little bit of frustration by Shirley.
Yeah, he just dropped that one. I mean, there's not much to say. Brokini had good protection. Everything looked good there.
It seems that when you get that first drop of the game, especially on first down, when you're trying to get your quarterback in rhythm, it's tough to get him back in rhythm when it's already second down. You got to go downfield now.
Yeah, it was really nice though. Brokini just ran over to 42 Shirley and tapped him on the back there and said, "It's okay, man. We'll get it again. We'll do it. Just keep playing."
4-man rush. We'll see the run up the gut. And nothing really doing. That's a big defensive line, it seems, on Hughson's side. And they're also offensive linemen, so you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that play there, we had 53 out in front there for Somerville. Let me see, number 53 is Trevin Grambois. He was out there, pretty good block by him. Brings up third down.
Yes, it's 3rd and 7 in their own 28-yard line. They're 0 for 1 on third down so far. Let's see as he's dropping back, and a quick pass to the right side. And great collective tackling by Hughson.
Veach is tough, man.
Yeah,
took the whole team to tackle.
Yeah, it did, but the defense did do their job, and it's going to be 4th down.
Now we'll see what Somerville decides to do, if they're going to come out in an offensive set formation or if they'll come out in a pump formation.
Yeah, it is 4th and 5 at the 30-yard line, so if you were not to get this and go for it, it'd be tough, but it looks like they're going to punt.
Yeah, we got number 9, Chase Ryan, back there.
As Chase Ryan looks ready to go, as we see quarterback Brokini line up as well, but this for sure looks like a punt. It'll be launched to the other side. Returning is Morse, who muffed it, and
he called for a fair catch and then he dropped it. But
the Bears say they have it, and they do have it. So they will get the football inside of Huskies territory.
There's a penalty down. We got to see what that's about. But he did call for the fair catch and he dropped it.
Yeah, he did muff it, but let's see what this flag's about. As we get this call situated.
You got a personal foul against Somerville.
It was a blindside block against Somerville. So the penalty's offset, so it's going to repeat 4th down. And we'll see, but a blindside block, sometimes those are so tough. Let's see the replay.
See the replay here. See, he called for the fair catch and he just dropped it. You know, he could have maybe said something about the defender there of Somerville being inside that little personal space there, the halo. The returner has that area when he calls for a fair catch. You can't come in his bubble, basically. So that could have been called as well, but it wasn't. Either way, offsetting penalties. We're in week 3 here. We shouldn't have penalties like a blindside personal foul. It's not week 1.
Right. And Ryan will punt yet again. And this one's a lot higher and shorter than the last punt. And it does get a good bounce and a good roll for the Bears.
So the Bears are going to down it at the 31.
As that will mean the ball will be placed at the 31-yard line where we'll see this offense and the Huskies get back to work.
Yeah, they're going to have plenty of room here to work with, obviously, with the ball being placed where it's at. We'll see what Meyer can do here, put it together, maybe get the ball Dela Cruz raw as well. Their line is starting to pick it up. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, what's bizarre about Aiden Meyer is, we saw him run a good amount, but the last game he played against the Mustangs, the Argonaut Mustangs, he only ran the ball 3 times for 28 yards. That's pretty bizarre seeing already he's ran up more than 3 carries already.
Yeah, getting them started early. So we'll see here. They got 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen here. 2 defenders. Well, we got a guy coming out.
Yeah, and they are going to throw another screen to the right side. And yet again, trying to turn the corner.
See, that's pretty basic right there. So Mayer's looking. What he does is he comes up and he'll count the guys in the box. He's got more guys in the box. He's going to throw out to the 3 receivers where it's 3-on-2 basically. So if Somerville starts adjusting, maybe taking guys out of the box, then he's going to keep the ball or he's going to give it to Dela Cruz, one of the runners. But that was a pretty easy read for him right there.
Yeah, as Rawl was with that catch for a gain of 4 yards, 2nd and 6, in their own 35-yard line. They're going to run it. A great cutback back to the middle of the field. And a good run for De La Cruz. That cut, he's got light feet, ballerina feet. You got to have him.
Yeah, he looks good. Low to the ground, like you said, powerful, cut back. And once he made up his mind, it was all about getting north and south.
There's 3:18 left in the first quarter, 7-0 Huskies. The ball's been moving relatively well. The offensive line has controlled the game thus far. They're going to run it again for De La Cruz, who now cuts to the left and gets a healthy gain.
Yeah, it looks really good. Now it's 2 back-to-back runs by De La Cruz. That offensive line is opening up those holes there.
As they're inside Bears territory at the 48-yard line, now moving forward. This will be the 4th play of this drive.
Number 60, Hatch, starting to do a number up front there.
Meyer stepping back, firing middle of the field, and it's caught by Dowdy. A tough catch, and he's still running. Stumbling all the way to the 7-yard line inside the red zone. And what a pass and what a catch.
That was a really nice throw by Meyer. Put it right on the numbers there. And that really good protection, too. He had all day to throw, basically, and that was a nice throw, nice catch. We'll see here. Steps up in the pocket, throws the ball, nice spiral. A lot of spin on the ball. Perfect throw. 44 Dowdy just bounced off a guy and kept running.
A 39-yard gain for Dowdy. What a pass. And now they're going to run it to De La Cruz, who's trying to cut to the outside, but nothing going, and he'll be tackled around the 12-yard line. But wow, when Meyer was able to set his feet and let it fly, that was a tough throw. But more importantly, that was a contested catch by Dowdy.
Yeah, that was really nice. There was quite a few defenders of Somerville around there, and they also laid a hit on him, and he just kept going. He tried to make up for the early drop, so he probably forgot about that already, and he's ready to contribute.
Yeah, and a great play in the middle. Dowdy again getting busy, and it takes 3 men to tackle him, and he's tackled around the 6-yard line.
I think he heard me when I was talking about that, and right away he comes up with a nice catch, a little behind him, and he adjusted really well.
Yeah, as he moved well. Now it is 3rd down, 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. First quarter almost concluding, but some great passes late and a mixture of screens, and then they finally hit it up vertical, a 39-yard throw to Dowdy, which puts them at the 5 now.
And I see at the bottom of your screen there's no one defending number 5, and he's got the ball.
A screen to the right side, touchdown Huskies. Nolan Raw, the 5'7" junior with the touchdown. And just like that, before the first quarter concludes, it's 13-0 and could be 14 pending this extra point. But, Coach, it seemed to be a simple screen, and they took advantage of it.
Well, we'll see in the replay there. Well, maybe we'll see it after this PAT here. Well, you see the replay here, number 5, there's no one on him. The safety's eyes or towards the box. So aside from a very good athletic play by Meyer, it's a very smart, cerebral play. He saw the receiver that was available, and he gave him the ball.
And that line drive extra point is good. So this offense is rolling on all cylinders as of right now, with the score being 14-0. Huskies leading the Somerville Bears.
With 1:21 left to play in the first quarter, your score will
So you talked to Sean King earlier. This is his second season as the head coach for this football team, but he has experience. You said he's not just fresh blood.
Correct, yeah. And we'll play the interview probably later there. Coach King's been here as a assistant varsity coach, as a head JV coach, and he took over in 2018 as the head coach here for the Hughson Huskies.
Right, we'll wait both teams. But, yeah, you're right. It's second year, but he has the experience. And right now the offense is flowing beautifully, as this game is brought to you by one of our sponsors, Chicken Ranch Casino. Chicken Ranch Casino is a proud sponsor of the Somerville Bears Quarterback Club and their support of Somerville student athletes. Together, Chicken Ranch Casino believes we can all help elevate each other and every student athlete's game, both on the field and in the classroom, which is most important because they are student athletes.
Of course, yeah, they're definitely student athletes. You have to have the 2.0. You have to have your units. You're matriculating towards graduation. All types of things are really important here. Obviously, we stress the books first, athletics second.
Right, they're not athletic students, they're student athletes. Is off the hop. Yeah, you're right. Now that fake reverse, and they're going to try to use it, and he will be wrapped up around the 25-yard line. That was a big hit, as Shirley couldn't get around the corner. It looked like he tried to hide it, like he was stealing candy from the liquor store, but the casinos, they found him. The liquor store owner found him, and they tackled him up.
Hey, that was great. Him and the Avila. That was really, really nice. I mean, we're sitting up here. That's another thing. We're sitting up here. It's a great football environment Friday night. We're actually in the stands here. We're not in the booth. It's the Hughson fans here are making us feel at home. But that was a really nice play executed. He just put it on his hip. It was like he was sneaking around with the ball. It was really nice.
Yes, Brocchini trying to find rhythm at quarterback, but they need points quick. This is usually one of those pivotal drives where you try to dig deeper in your playbook and get a touchdown, right, Coach?
Definitely. They got to answer. They got to come out. They got to answer the call right now.
And
it'd be nice if they could come up with a long drive, running the ball if that's what they want to do. But they have to have a nice long drive, keep their defense off the field right now. So as far as I'm referring to Somerville, get this long drive, get some points on the board, and score a touchdown before the half here. This first quarter is going to expire here in 50 seconds.
Yeah, as Veach has been the featured back as of right now, but it's been really tough to get any type of rhythm. Bunch of 1-yard gains, 3-yard gains. I believe his biggest rush is about 5 yards. The defensive line of Hughson controlling this game. Play action. Firing over the top. He's got a man in a diving attempt. That it is incomplete. Just led him a little too far, Coach.
He did. It was a really nice athletic play by Brocchini rolling out, throwing the ball on his run to his right. We do have a penalty on the field there, so we'll see what that's about. It's a good-looking play, though. Got an ineligible man downfield.
Yeah, an ineligible man downfield.
What that is for the folks at home, you have your offensive linemen. They can't go past about 5 yards, we'll say, past the line of scrimmage, which is actually a lot. Unless it's screen pass thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so that play, we'll see how they get penalized. And it could be declined to result in 3rd and 8. And that's exactly what it looks like. 3rd and 8. The Bears are at their own 27-yard line. They've had a good amount of opportunities, but they've struggled to move the football. Look to be in the nickel. A lot of linebackers there guarding the middle of the field. Brocchini firing downfield and out route, which is caught.
Really nice play execution there. They were in a 2-by-2 set there. 2 receivers either side. Brocchini caught the ball, the gun, got rid of it, threw it out. First down, Somerville.
Yeah, Gregston with a nice catch, and that results in one of the few first downs that the Bears have been able to get. So maybe this could be the drive they need. They're now already at the 40.
Yeah, take as much time off the clock as you can. Just get one nice drive right now, get confidence builder, rest your defense.
Brocchini, option. runs it to Veach. Even when his legs aren't moving, it's like he's still moving. He's still fighting.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you what, Veach gets the ball, gets upfield there. He's tackled by 65, which is Ecker, but he's tackled about 6 yards downfield, and Ecker's a defensive lineman.
Yeah, Ecker and Vinarell, these are all big guys, and it's hard to contain that defensive line. They're pretty wealthy. They got some guys that can move you down there.
Definitely.
As that concludes the first quarter, it is 14-0. This game's just getting on your way. The Hughson High Huskies lead it by 2 touchdowns. As this game is brought to you by our great sponsors as the Bears Quarterback Club. Hey, Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you tonight's game live, as it is a live stream of Bears football. If you're enjoying this broadcast, consider supporting Bears football by joining the Bears Quarterback Club. Dues are only $100 per year, and any money we raise is used to support Bears football and other Somerville High School activities. Membership applications are available on our website, www.bearsqbclub.com, and that's bearsqbclub.com. As a member of the club, your support will help create something special here in Bear Country. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game. As the second quarter will get on your way shortly, and the big highlight was that 39-yard catch by Dowdy, which did result in a touchdown. And now the field's flipped at 2nd and 6 at the 44. There's a flag down, could be a free play, and Brocchini throws, but the ball is bobbled and incomplete. Shirley dropped it.
You know, that was a good-looking play. A little play action, roll out to the opposite side away from the play action, and he just dropped the ball there. I think we got a penalty on the field, though.
Yeah, there is laundry on the field.
Sorry, that was just a drop.
And the flag just fell down. So if flags aren't being thrown, they're being dropped. A lot of flags now in today's football scene. So if they're not being thrown, they're being dropped. They got to show themselves.
You know what? We talked about that. This is week 3. I mean, we shouldn't have some of the penalties we're having. You know, that's just week 1, okay, it happens. But this is week 3. So some of the penalties that we're seeing, I'm sure the coaches are just going to be pulling their hair out on that one, you know, on certain calls. So they'll clean that up in practice, watching film session.
Yeah, well, they say a coach is supposed to lose their hair when they coach, but you got a pretty good head of hair. I don't know if you got good players, or was that just?
Yeah, you know what? A couple good players. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna say how I kept my hair for just in case there's someone listening that wants to hire me for like an ad or something. So whatever the hair product is, you know, I don't want to say. But yeah, coaches do pull out their hair.
Oh, I'm sure they do, as it's 3rd and 11 at the 39-yard line. A desperate drive for the Bears, as they did lose a yard. Here they go, shotgun.
Oh, yeah, middle screen there. Nope.
Brocchini over the top, and Veach is thrown out of bounds. And it seems, even though it's 3rd down, they just don't throw it vertically. They haven't had that success to throw it quite yet.
Well, it looked like Brocchini there was going to try to get the ball to number 3, Miller, because he was in motion. He came across center of the field. He defended really well by Hughson. I thought they were going to throw the ball to him, so he checked down and he got it to Veach over there.
Yeah, as that 4th down is for the 2nd time tonight, we see Chase Ryan.
And that was a real important drive. Not that another drive is not important. That was a statement-type drive that they had to have, the Bears had to have there to come up with some points here.
Right, as Chase Ryan is a 6'4" punter, and he kicks it more towards the right side, doesn't get the best bounce. He'll roll a little at about the 37, 38-yard line. But a 6'4" punter, that's a big kid.
Yeah, that's a big guy. You know, we talked about earlier how Somerville plays, a lot of their players play multi-positions. They play Ironman football, doing a lot of things. So he's a tall guy, long, lanky guy, and he's playing defense. He's playing offense. He's a punter. A lot of guys on Somerville's team are multi-use players. And as a matter of fact, we can see now that they're defensive line there's some of the numbers are the same numbers that they're on offense.
Right, so they are, like you said, Ironman football. And there's that big Hughson offensive line, powerful, and it's been moving very well. No complaints on their side, as Catano and even Villarreal These are all kids that can move that line forward and giving Meyer a lot of time to make strikes.
Now he's going empty right now, so there's no running backs. It's just all receivers. Guy in motion here, 7.
Morris in motion towards the right, and they'll hand it to him. He's a tough tackle and tries to turn, and a great spin move.
Morris on the carry, taking it to the 45-yard
And he
line.
takes it to the 45, a 7-yard gain.
Now that was I don't want to say a trick formation there. Now he went empty, and you had number 7 was the only receiver at the bottom of your screen going motion. So it was a formation in which one of the receivers at the top of your screen became ineligible because the tackle at the bottom of your screen was uncovered. So I know that might sound like a foreign language to some of us listening, but basically it was a formation where number 7 going in motion made another receiver on his team ineligible. But it was okay because it was a straight run. It was not going to be a pass.
All right, as Meyer in the gun, De La Cruz is now in, and they fire immediately the out route that is dropped.
Pass to the 33 of Luke.
As you got to hold on to those footballs, Luke Madsen with the drop, the junior.
Yeah, he had the drop, but Eliseo Avila, number 2, and Michael Dean went over there. As you can see here, nice throw. Ball's there, drop, but you know what? Somerville's running to the ball. They're rallying to the ball, getting there. They're playing tough, man.
Hey, you want to limit those yards after catch. As Cruz on the right side, motioning is Raw.
The screen, that was the same play from earlier.
As De La Cruz slides immediately, and he's met with a nice train by Casilla.
De La Cruz to the 45.
He read that. You know, once he saw them big linemen coming out towards him. 23. Was that 23? Yeah, that was Castilla. Came up and made a nice tackle. You can see here, linemen wait. They hold their blocks, and they get out there out front.
Going to bring up 4.
Well, see me.
There you go.
Yeah, he was trying to slide to avoid that train wreck, but he was all in on that play. Read it perfectly. Great defense by Jose Casilla, the 5'10 junior. Now,
Got 4th down here.
4th and 10 in their own territory.
Now remember, Myers the quarterback.
Yeah, and Myers just going to boot this out, and a pretty nice punt. Good hang time as well. Backs him up, and he muffed the punt. It's loose, and players diving to the football. And the ball will belong to the Bears. That's the second loose football we've seen. That muff immediately from the punt.
Yeah, that's tough, man. You put yourself in a bad position there when you're Somerville. But they called for the fair catch, I believe. We'll see here in the replay. I'm not sure if he got his hand up. No, he was going to return that the whole way.
Yes, he's lucky he saw that football. De La Cruz was coming full speed. If he had any more time, he probably could have got it.
Yeah, but I'm sure in practice, Coach Leveros and his staff tells the returners, hey, you know, if the ball is punted in a certain yard line, whatever his yard line is, let it go. You know, just let it go. We'll take our chances. What we don't want to do is turn the ball over. We'll get the ball back on the 20, or we'll get it wherever they down it.
And they're on the far side of the field and a run up the middle. As Veach trying to get the offense moving, slow to get up, but he gets helped up by some teammates. There hasn't been many sacks, but the receivers, sometimes it takes a receiver time to get in rhythm, but a lot of drop passes, not just from the side of the Bears, but also the Huskies dropped some goodies as well.
Definitely. Let's see what Somerville decides to do here, what they dial up.
Yeah, Burkini firing, quick slant to the left side.
Nice throw, nice catch.
Pass to number 11.
The defenders are playing kind of far off the ball right now.
As Gregston with the nice catch. Last game he had 1 reception for 11 yards. Maybe he'll get busy now. That's his first catch of the game.
Folks, I got to tell you, judging by
Yeah, nice throw by Burkini, too. He had some time, as we were mentioning.
the flag's not really moving.
Receivers have been dropping some passes there, but that was really good. Good-looking play.
At the end of the game.
As they're moving well now at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Approaching 8 minutes to go in the first half. They're going to continue to run it right behind the offensive line on that left side. And Veach, yet again, with a nice chunk of yards.
Tackled by number 2, Alonzo Farias.
So we got 2nd down here. I was trying to see through the crowd here. As I mentioned, we're up in the stands. We're having a great time up here in Hughson Stadium. We're actually in the stands, so sometimes it's kind of hard to see with all the people here.
Yeah, there's a lot of height. You realize how tall Some kids are when they walk right by you. As we have a penalty marker on the play. And a full start.
Got a false start against the Bears.
So the Bears will be backed up 5 more yards, as if they needed any more backing up.
5 yards, it'll be 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 now.
21-yard line.
Those
Can't hurt themselves like that. As we mentioned, those penalties are week 1 penalties right there. They shouldn't be having those penalties right now in the week that we're in.
right as we see Brokini getting a play. Veach on his left side.
Yeah, 42 in motion.
And they're going to run it to Veach again, but nothing doing. Yeah, they did have Shirley in motion. But despite the motion, I mean, Veach has been this entire offense. And in order to get Nicholas some more touches, I think you got to get some other guys involved.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right now with 42 in motion, Shirley, he was coming in motion to the short side. So as a defense, you're kind of thinking, well, they're not going to give him the ball if they're bringing him in motion. Why run him to the short side? I mean, technically they could. So they were pretty much keying on Veach there is what I'm trying to say in the center of the line there.
Yeah.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 11 here. Maybe a screen. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, 3rd and long from the 18-yard line. A tough situation. And it's been tough all night for this Bears offense. Running right. Brokini firing downfield, and a deflection, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, he was open. 42 Shirley was open. What they did was they ran to the 3 receiver side. They just flooded the zone there. So what they did was they got 1 man deep, 1 man in the intermediate area, and 1 man in the flats or short. So, and Brokini has an option here. As you'll see, we got 1, 2, 3 receivers there in one area. So he took the middleman there, which a good throw would have had him there.
And Morris did a great job of breaking that play up, though, using his size and length.
He did.
Which results in 4th and long from the 18. They're going to have to punt.
You know what, going back, though, Anthony, that was a good-looking play. It was everything looked really good, just wasn't executed correctly. But they're still playing hard. The Somerville Bears, they got a lot of fight in them.
As Chase Ryan with a great punt that will go all the way to about the 34-yard line. That was a great punt. As it was about, if I'm correct, it's a 60-yard punt.
We'll see shortly. We'll check it out with that roll. It was a great punt. Because they got the ball, what do they have on the 34-yard line?
They had it at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he still hasn't spotted it, though. Now the refs, they're spotted there, yeah, at the 34-yard line.
34-yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about a 60-yard punt. A great punt by Chase. Got a nice bounce, and as a coach, I don't think you could get mad at that.
No,
60 yards.
Not at all. Got him out of a tough situation. So we got 3 receivers here now at the bottom of your screen. 42 Shirley coming over a little bit. Now he's coming over to the side.
And stepping up like he was going to run.
Double
Morris.
pass.
Morris looking, and he's firing downfield to a wide-open receiver. And Dotsey, there he goes, cutting back right. A great cutback because he got a blocker and put it on the board. Touchdown.
That was a great call. Great call by the staff. Offensive coordinator is Scott Vincent.
That reminded me of Tom Brady and Julian Edelman.
Yeah, definitely. Edelman was a quarterback at College of San Mateo, and he threw the ball. Yeah, definitely. Now that's a double pass, and as we say, bit on the cheese, man. The double pass, they came up and threw the ball behind them.
Yeah, I mean, bid on the cheese. Yeah, free cheese. If they bid on it, it's free. And Dotsey, that's his 2nd touchdown, and a great job there. That was a big strike.
Yeah.
And with this extra point pending, it could be 21-0.
Now we got 72. I believe attempted the extra point.
Yeah, it could be another reversible.
72 Baltazar. That's good.
Yeah, as Baltazar gets it through 21-0. A dominant performance by the Huskies, but that play, should that be on SportsCenter tonight possibly?
Yeah, that's a highlight right there, man. I don't know if we can see it again here. But it was a double pass. You know, it had everybody fooled. Threw the ball downfield to number 44, Dowdy. And Dowdy's, we mentioned earlier, he had a drop. And he's made some really nice catches. Been playing defense, middle linebacker. He's a senior. And he's having quite the game tonight.
Right, and that was a monster play, a 66-yard touchdown to Dowdy, and he was wide open. Morris, they're both the quarterbacks of this team. The starting quarterback, of course, is Aiden Meyer, and the backup is Stephen Morris. So the fact that Morris was able to throw that ball and get a touchdown is pretty awesome. Right in rhythm, and Dowdy, he did the rest. And that cutback, I think, was the reason why he scored. He had blockers.
He did. But, you know, when we go back to a play before that, we had that really nice punt by Chase Ryan of Somerville to get him out of that bind they were in. You know, so that they did something really good, and then now they come back, and Hughson has a really good call. Like I mentioned, the offense coordinator, Scott Vincent, you know, dialed one up there, and now it's 21-0 with 6 minutes, 11 seconds left in the second quarter.
And here's the kickoff by Raw. And 21-0. We're going to have to see the Bears get something going. And there it goes. Are they going to do that reverse again? Not quite.
No,
and they'll get him immediately.
Eliseo Avila. He just took it right up the middle there. No fake on that one, so that was a straight return.
1st and 10 at the 35 for the Bears. And in a drive like this where you're down 3 touchdowns, they are coming off a loss to Ripon Christian. They lost 36-13, but the lack of scoring, something they need to do. What do you do in a drive like this? What are you telling your team?
What I'm telling my team is basically, look, we want to go in. We're going to use our timeouts. I'm not sure how many they have left, but just take it easy. Come up with the drive. Use every second off the clock as you can. I'm talking in between plays, too. Don't try to rush anything. Come away with some positive points right before the half, and that's what we want to work on. That's what I would tell my team.
As there's an option and a strike to the right side. Ryan with the catch.
Brokini's made some really nice throws. It looks like he rolls out very well to his right. They like doing that. That's been a couple times they've dialed up something where he's rolling out to his right and throwing the ball on the run.
Yeah, he only got a couple yards on that play.
Yeah, but I like what they're doing. They got positive yards. They're taking their time. As I mentioned, they're looking to the sideline. Coach is calling it in nice and easy. Calm down, guys. Take a deep breath. Let's be positive, and let's keep moving.
As Brokini trying to get this offense moving as we see Veach again right up the middle.
Handoff in the middle to number 8, taking it to the 36, 37.
So that run will put them at 3rd down.
75 of Garrett Hicks on the tackle.
As it's going to be really tough to see. 3rd down has been the story of this game. 3rd and medium now. And let's see if they can get across where the 43-yard line would be where they need to get to get a 1st down.
Right. It looks like they're on the right hash, so a rollout to the right would not, that's been something that Brokini's been doing very well. But he would be rolling to the short side of the field, to the single receiver side, so we're not going to be looking at that. But that's been a positive play for them, so it's got to be something different.
As Veach on the left side and Brokini in shotgun.
We got
and there's a penalty marker.
Delay a game, I believe. Sure is. It's against the Bears. From the beginning there, we had receivers running in and out, so not sure if the coaches wasn't sure about the personnel that they had out there, but they can't keep shooting themselves in the foot either.
Yes, it's 3rd and 10 now, and yes, you're right, 3rd down struggling, and now we see them, instead of 3rd and medium, it's kind of now 3rd and longish, 3rd and 10.
Right, so maybe they had to change the play that they had called.
Is Brokini looking downfield, pressure on the left side, he drops it off to Veach, and hit immediately into his own teammates. And they've continued to throw that route underneath, but it just has not been working enough to get the 1st down.
No, you know what? Brokini read that blitz. The blitz came at him from his left. He threw to the blitz to where the void was, to number 8, Veach. And, nice play. 56, Renteria ran over there and made the tackle. So that brings up a 4th down.
So it's 4th and 8 at the 35-yard line. And Chase Ryan will be back there, but there is a timeout on the field. So timeout is called. It's 21-0. The Huskies have a 3-touchdown lead. As their offense, it's been 2 sides of the story here, but 4th and 8 may be tough if they want to go for it.
Well, we're going to go to the pregame interview here that we have with. We'll get back to that on the pregame interview. But going back to what you were saying, Anthony, it's 4th down here. They're going to have to punt. Somerville's going to have Chase Ryan come out and punt. Not sure how many timeouts Hughson has, but they're going to get the ball back with 5 minutes roughly remaining in the half. And if they have some timeouts, they definitely have the weapons on offense to score or to get in the field goal range.
Yeah, they've had a lot of success in the past few drives as the whistle's blowing again. We'll see what this scuffle is about. As we see Brokini now on the field. Veach looks to be running off the field. Possibly could have been a substitution that's now taken care of.
Yep, we got Morris, number 7, back deep for Hughson.
As Morris threw the touchdown earlier. And now he does fair catch. It looked like he did wave his hands up, or tried to at least, but he must have not waved it quick enough when he got tackled immediately. It did look like that right hand was moving.
He's got to make it obvious, so he's got to make it like, "Hi, Mom." Everybody's got to be able to see that, or else he's going to get hit. You know, so, but you know what? He caught that ball in a tough spot there. He had some guys around him, and that was a very smart play by him by making that catch, because if he doesn't catch that ball, the ball is going to continue to roll. And now what they do is they have the ball on, I believe, the 38-yard line. So they'll take over 1st and 10 here.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A lot of time, 4:50 to go in the first half. Already up 3 touchdowns. The Huskies looking to add more.
They come out in a 2-by-2 set.
And they'll run it. De La Cruz trying to kick it to the outside. And a great tackle by Shirley, who's, we've been calling his name a lot on defense. He's been making the big tackles all the way from around the safety position.
Well, we could say Shirley's a sure tackler. How about that?
I like that.
Yeah. But you know what? De La Cruz is shifty. They'll get him the ball again here, so we'll check out what's going on. He's to the right of Meyer. Maybe they'll try to get him the flats over there.
As Dowdy in that left slot position, firing right. Morris with the catch, and he'll break a tackle. And that could be enough for a first down. Tackled immediately by Javen Andrews, the 6'1 senior.
I tell you what, I think Meyer, he's as advertised. That was a really nice throw. Nice spiral. Got the ball out to his receiver, and we're just seeing number 7 now get involved as well. They got a 3-by-1 set.
Yeah,
3
Meyer
receivers to the bottom of your screen. He's looking that way, too.
in the gun, trying to find his man, and an interception. Yes.
Yeah, we got it.
The ball is intercepted according to the referee. Let's see if this stands. He seems to be correct.
Yeah, I think that was Brokini, 16, I believe.
That's going to be an interception.
And yes, we just had to get the official run because the offense was still on the field.
Yeah.
But yes, it is intercepted by the Bears, and maybe this could be a little switch before the end of the first half.
Yeah, that'd be great for the Bears, man, to get something going. Hopefully get on the scoreboard here, make this a contest. But I tell you what, I think that was Brokini that made that play. If so, that was a diving interception. That was a heck of a play by whoever that was. We couldn't really tell right now. We're trying to see a replay, but I believe it was Brokini.
Yeah, it could have been Brokini in that, but it did look like 16. Yeah, great play. And the ref was saying, hey, it was a pick. But the offense was like, oh, no, it wasn't. They had to get forced off the field because they've been on it for so long. And a run up the middle. Veach, nothing going. But, yeah, Brokini said, hey, I want the football back. So he picked it, and now he gets to control the offense yet again.
So we'll see. I'm not sure, as I mentioned earlier, if they have any timeouts left, but they're out moving the ball here. It's 2nd and 9. You got 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen.
As they've been trying to run the
rolling
football,
out to the
play
right.
action.
He's got a man open.
There he is. Yep, you're right. And a great corner route to the outside, pushed immediately. Miller holds it in.
Nice. He runs that 7 route right there, but that's what we talked about earlier. Brokini rolling to his right. He looks really comfortable when he rolls out, gets out of the pocket. Rolling to his right, he plants his feet, throws it. He looks really natural doing that.
Yeah, and they are across midfield. It looked like a very confident throw from a quarterback that's trying to find his rhythm and get this offense going.
Yeah, Brokini can play, man. Looking good.
as it's 1st and 10 at the 44. Run to Veach. It is a fumble that is recovered by the Huskies. They tried to do that option, and it didn't work out. It seems there was a miscommunication.
Yeah. You know what, on the replay, we can maybe see that. I don't know if it was an option. That's what I was going to try to see. It looked like Brocchini gave it to him, and maybe Veach wasn't too sure. Either way, there was some penetration in the backfield. So what happens now is, as a result, we got a first down for the Huskies.
Yes,
oh, there it is. We're getting the replay there finally. So
yeah, to be that option. But, yeah, you're right. He could have been trying to just hand it off, or he was looking. But either way, a miscommunication nonetheless. And it is a costly turnover, as now the Huskies take place at the 47-yard line.
They're going empty. So no running backs in the backfield there, so they're going 5 wide.
As they try to get a quick out route to Raw, and the pass is incomplete. Clock stops with 3:14 in the first half. But what have you liked from both quarterbacks? First starting with Meyer. He looks to be in rhythm.
Yeah, no, he's in rhythm. You know what? He was in rhythm early. The guys dropped a couple balls. Every pass he's thrown, as far as to his receivers in regards to the velocity, the spin on the ball, he looks good. He looks like he's been well coached. His quarterback coach is Nick Brown here at Hughson, and you can tell he's worked well with them. Brocchini on the other side, he's been having a little bit tougher, but he can play, man. He's rolling out, he's throwing the ball, he's playing defense. They both are very good quarterbacks.
And a low snap, but De La Cruz gets the handoff anyway, kicks it to the outside and turn on the Jets. He turns the corner and he's still on his feet. And he's tackled way out of bounds. And yeah, that is a penalty. A little bit of a late hit, very late. He was about 5 yards out of bounds and then gets hit. We'll see. Hopefully the refs can sort that out. Yeah, if not an ejection in some cases.
It could be, yeah, and if it's an excess. So we'll see. Here he comes. He takes the handoff. He gets a field. And as you mentioned, he just turns on the Jesse Brocchini diving at him. Brocchini's playing hard. Guys are diving at him. Turns on the Jets and goes. He could have got some help there from number 5, Raw, but I don't know, maybe he didn't want to hit it. I don't know if he could have blocked that guy. Maybe he would have hit him in the back, so he didn't. But either way, a lot of guys downfield trying to make plays for Hughson. So now it takes over. They got 1st and goal.
Yeah, Alicio Avila with that penalty now puts the Huskies at the 3-yard line for a 1st and goal. As we see Meyer in the gun, De La Cruz on the left side, motioning right. And there could be another penalty flag on the play.
Now, I think that's the first time they run that formation there as far as Hughson. So they're running a little bit tighter formation there, and they're not spread out. They're going to try to run the ball there.
Well, yes, they try to motion right Dowdy, who's been a good target, too. So they try to throw him off. But now they're at the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, they're going to take their time here, let as much time go off the clock, then run the play. You can see Meyer runs to the sideline, runs back. So they're taking as much time as they can. They're going to snap the ball. Now you see the referee starts waving his hand on the screen. I don't know if you can see him. He's counting it down, and there's about 6 seconds left. 5, 4, not even. Delay a game.
Yeah, as that nonchalant type feeling can get you a penalty, and that's frustrating for a coach. But it seems the coach wasn't even in a rush, possibly.
But there's things he could do now. For example, there's no play clock here, but you got to have a coach looking at the back judge there, because what the back judge will do is kind of like in basketball, 3-second violation. Start waving his hand. He'll let you know I'm at 10, 9, 8, etc. So someone's got to have their eyes on him.
Well, yeah, maybe backing up 5 yards frees up the pass attack more, as Meyer rolling out left, firing a dart to the corner, and it's incomplete. Could not be corralled in, but a great throw.
Got another flag.
Saldivar missed that ball, and let's see the penalty.
I believe it's holding. Now, if it's holding, that's 2 back-to-back penalties against the Huskies.
And you could have just possibly called it. Yeah, they are backing up. That could be a costly holding penalty, which would put them way back.
Yeah, no, definitely takes them out of field goal range as well. Now, Coach King mentioned that they have a soccer player that was going to kick, and we saw, I believe it was Baltazar, 72, that kicked the extra point. So I don't know who would attempt it. Would number 5 Raw attempt the field goal here, or 72 Baltazar if they decide to do that, because it's second down.
Yeah, who has that powerful leg as we have a timeout. The Huskies will burn another one as we almost approach 2 minutes. But yeah, that nonchalant action earlier, the body language was pivotal.
So we're going to go check out the pregame interview. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NorCal Sports TV. I'm Carlos Franco. We're here live today in beautiful Hughson, California for the matchup between the home team, the Huskies of Hughson, and the Bears of Somerville. We're joined by a familiar face here at Hughson High School, Coach Sean King. Coach King has been the junior varsity head coach, varsity assistant. I think you've done pretty much everything here, and you took over the varsity team in 2018. Yeah. How does it feel to be the varsity coach under a new administration? You have a new athletic director and a new principal.
It's been great. You know, obviously we have to work through some things, but it's a work in progress.
And we're back from that pregame interview. Coach King, wanting to get those points on the board, and rolling out right is Meyer. Looking, pressure, firing downfield, and did he hold on to the interception?
I don't know. Maybe he dropped it. Did he get it?
Let's see what the referees have to say.
Yeah, first down, Somerville.
Yes, it's intercepted by the Bears. The second interception thrown by Meyer today.
Now, Coach King's not going to be happy about anything right there. What I mean by that is they had 2 back-to-back penalties. Took a timeout after a penalty. One was a delay of game, and then you throw an interception. That's not. You can't win it like that. Even though you're up 21-0, can't get sloppy.
Yeah, he rolled out right, and it was looking, if anything, he could have thrown it away, but he tried to force it downfield. And a great play by this Somerville defense, bending but not breaking. Is Rokeefe. The run to Veach to the left side, hopefully a few yards.
So we got a minute 47 left. I'm not sure if Hughson could stop the clock here, but the Bears definitely need to get positive yards to get out of that end zone now. One thing that will happen at the bottom of your screen, you're going to have man coverage. I mean, if he wants to take a shot, I mean, he could do it. You know, with man coverage, 50-50 ball on the sideline here.
As Brokini, he threw a few passes vertically, but we've yet to see that beep. You know, that big long ball. And rolling out right, firing towards the field, and a diving effort that is still incomplete. Miller couldn't get his hands around it.
Nice call by Coach Leveros over there for Somerville. I mean, they have this coverage set up right now. It's going to be a 50-50 ball or something like that. Depends on what the play call was, but to call a pass there was a good call. Only problem is the incomplete pass and the clock stops.
Right, and they're only at the 8-yard line, so unless you have another magical 50-plus yard punt, it's still not a great situation to be in.
No, definitely. And as a coach, you don't have a play for this right here. You don't have a 2nd and 8 from your 10-yard line with a 1:18 left. There's not like something you just call.
What radio station are you guys on? Is it 93.5?
So we're going to have third and about 8, 3rd and 7 right now.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 from the 10. Brokini trying to get this offense moving. Rolling out right yet again. Dodging the pressure, but no. And they will say
75 Garrett Hicks.
Yeah, no fumble. They say he just got leveled. And great pressure on the outside by, Garrett Hicks.
Now,
and that is a big sack.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to go back to the pregame interview, but Coach King mentioned Hicks as a defensive end, that he's young. Him and number 8, Creighton, defensive ends that are juniors that haven't spent. Here we'll see the replay. Speaking of number 75 right there, number 8 coming in. So there's the duo that Coach King talked about. He said that he's really high on them. Looking forward to having them in the weight room, and they're only juniors.
Yeah, as Hicks corralled him, and that's a lot of weight that fell on him. So hopefully he's all right, and especially with the grass, sometimes it hurts when you land on that shoulder.
Oh, it definitely hurts. You get a lot of bodies landing on top of you. You get the wind knocked out of you. It's one of the worst feelings ever.
Right, as the Huskies take place at the 47-yard line. And they're already inside the territory of the Bears and could even try to at least get 3 points on the board to make it 24-0. But they have the football. It's 21-0. But I would say the only negatives are those 2 interceptions, especially the last one.
Definitely. Deja vu here, Anthony. We're back in a situation where they were right now, the prior drive, where they could come away with 3 points. Hughson could put at least 3 points on the board. And now they're going to want to score a touchdown, I know. However, they're in a situation where they can move the chains here. So hopefully it's not going to be any sloppiness on the part of the players getting lined up and running the play correctly here. So we'll see what Meyer does with his offense. He's in a 3-by-1 set here.
Let's see if this Somerville defense can get another stop. And they're launching it downfield. And Morris, incomplete. And the penalty flag is down.
You know, we called that earlier, Anthony. If you recall, we said number 7, Morris, is a long, lanky guy. He looks the part of the receiver there in regards to being a guy that could get a jump ball, and his physical advantage over the shorter cornerback. I believe that was number 2 right now, Avila.
Yeah, Avila was on the coverage, and it's tough. That's a tough play. He didn't have his head turned around, it seemed like.
No,
but
we'll see right here on the replay. Now look at all the time, though, Meyer has. Steps up, throws a really nice ball. Look at that ball. Throws it.
What did you think about that? It was close. It looks like he timed
close,
it almost
man.
right.
That was close. I couldn't see it live because as I said, where we're sitting, but on the screen there, I don't know about that one, man. It was I'm all for playing it fair, but sometimes let them play. But I don't know. That's why we don't get paid to make the calls there as far as referees. We'll look at it again.
Well, don't you think he timed it?
Yeah, I don't think that was a penalty. Now that I see it there, no. But nevertheless, hey, that's where we're at now.
Right, as that 15-yard penalty advances them to the 24-yard line. Meyer rolling right. Morse, name called again, and hit real hard.
That's a good pass to number 14, Robert Saldivar. That's enough.
And that was Salvador, with the catch, and that is a first down.
Yeah, nice play again by the offense of Hughson. Roll out, flood the zone. Meyer, he has basically 3 options there. He has a short route. We'll see it here on the replay. He has an underneath route, intermediate route. Here we go. And then he's got the deep route. So really nice execution by number 10 there.
Well, that gain advances them to 1st and goal, and there is a timeout by the Huskies. Could be their last timeout. But, yeah, he did take a hit, but a great catch. If we can pop up that last play. It was a great play that advanced them to 1st and goal. But rolling out right is where he finds the success.
Yeah, definitely. See, that's a really nice play, good-looking play. You got your team's athlete here. Let him run out there, get the ball in his hands, put him in some space, let him make a decision if he's going to get the ball out to someone else or he could keep it.
Right, as Salvador took a big hit, but he absorbed it. And those are the catches you need if you want to win games. And their offense is rolling with 1st and goal.
Now, again, I don't know if they have any timeouts left, but they still have plenty of time, 37.7 seconds. They can still get a first down. In high school, just like college, the clock will stop to reset the chain. So if that happens, it's kind of like a free timeout.
Here's Meyer in the gun, now rolling to the left side, looking.
Got a penalty.
Incomplete.
Got a flag on the play.
And there is a flag on the play.
That's against the Huskies.
Yeah, it could be a chop block. As that penalty will back them up 5 yards. So it's still 1st and goal. We'll see how far they do get backed up, as the scoreboard says 5, but it's going to be much longer than that. Usually with that's a good 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it was. It's chop block there. I don't know if it was by the offensive line or running backs. I'm not sure. The offensive line coach for Hughson is Coach Patrick McGarry, and his offensive line is playing really well. But as a team right now, they're hurting themselves. I'm not sure who had that penalty on them, but that's 4 penalties in the last 2 drives for Hughson. Now, each time they've been inside the 20, they have for these 4 penalties and an interception, and they've been negating themselves points, so they've been hurting themselves.
Right, is with the lack of Yeah, with those penalties, it's very painful, especially now it's 1st and goal, so you can't get a first down, and you have 27 seconds. So even if you do get a big chunk of yards, the clock won't stop. So maybe this timeout, you think could be maybe he's telling them the next couple plays that they want?
Yeah, definitely. Because remember, like I said, he could get a first down. If they do get a first down, they could always run up and they could clock it because they have to reset the chains. He'd get under center. Can't do it from the shotgun formation. He's got to clock it. So they practice this, their 2-minute drill type deal. Their kicker would be on the sideline ready to run out. Their special teams coach would have his PAT field goal team ready.
And he's spreading them out. Here's Meyer.
5 wide.
Firing, hitting underneath.
Okay, did he get out of bounds or is he still in bounds? We don't know.
Dowdy with the catch.
He's out of bounds. Stop the clock.
And yes, the clock did stop.
21.4. Second down here.
It'll be 2nd and goal. It was a 4-yard gain.
Now the ball's going to be here at the bottom of your screen, so on the left hash. We know Meyer and Brocchini, both of them, like to roll out to their right, so they might see a rollout type with an option there.
And for the amount of time that this Somerville defense has been on the field, they've done a pretty superb job of containing this offense.
And, the Huskies are letting them hang around. 5 wide here. And there it is, the rollout like we talked about. He's running. He's going to keep it and get out of bounds.
And Meyer, immediately running out of bounds. But you did call it. He ran
definitely.
Right, rolled out right.
Yeah, definitely. You got your best player there. You got to let him put the ball in his hand.
And now result in 3rd down with 15 seconds remaining in this first half. And they are in field goal range. If anything, they could try and get one.
Yeah. Or what they got to do right now, as I mentioned earlier, right now he's got to call a play, get the first down, get back on the ball, and clock it. So we'll see what happens here. It's not going to be a run. Well, it could be if they get back to the ball quickly and they clock it. So we'll see what happens. It might be another type of rollout.
Well, yeah, it is 3rd and goal, so I don't believe they can clock it or there would be a turnover.
No, I think he's still got a first down here.
And they're going to fire the 50-50 ball to Morris. Incomplete.
Stephen Morris reaching for it.
As Morris hit his hands for a second.
Yeah, he could have caught that, yeah. It was a good throw. You know what? But that was, I believe that was Avila over there. And Avila's getting up the size advantage. Avila's tough, man. He's returning kicks, tackling guys, guarding guys that are bigger than him. Yeah,
and
that is basically Tuolumne football there,
Yeah, he was talking to the official just a second ago on your screen where he was saying that Morris grabbed my shoulder pad to try to get that 50-50 ball. Sometimes you got to be dirty sometimes to get those balls.
Yeah. Well, he was. They called the penalty on him too. So let's see. So we got number 5, Raw. He's going to attempt a field goal here.
It's Raw from about 27. He kicks it up and it is good. A nice kick by Raw. Had good arc and everything. Good leg.
Yeah.
Perfect kick. And that could be the last scoring drive of the half. And now it's 24-0 Huskies. A great offensive performance, but Somerville did a great job by not bending.
Right, no, definitely. And you know what? They look really good. Hughson looks good on offense. They got a lot of positives. When I go back to the negatives, we're talking about the penalties, the interceptions there. They look really good for a series, and then all of a sudden they shoot themselves in the foot. Now, by doing that, they're letting Somerville hang around. I mean, had they scored on those other drives and not committed those mistakes, they could have put this game really out of reach. In other words, go for the jugular, put your foot on the gas pedal and go. And by making those mistakes, Somerville, I know they're down 24-0, but they're not out of the game. They're playing tough.
Yeah, their defense is holding up very well, but when your defense is on the field that long, your coordinators get frustrated. On top of that, your defense is trying to say, hey, I need my Gatorade. So my electrolytes are low here.
Yeah, and we mentioned that the guys that are playing defense, a lot of them are playing offense as well. So they're out there working hard. Coach Leveros, that just speaks volume of him and his team, though. They got a lot of fight in them.
And there's a squib kick by Raw, but
we got offsides.
Is stopped. Yes, a penalty flag on the play.
It's going to be an offsides call.
The way this works for everybody back home, Anthony, is basically the ball's going to get kicked. The ball has to be kicked before you cross the line. So some guys, we get a little bit too excited. We want to run down and make a play. But the ball's got to get kicked, and then you could hit it running there. So right now the ball is on the 35-yard line. Everyone watching on the screen, everybody's got to stay behind that ball. The ball's got to be kicked, and then they could keep going.
Yeah, it's a 35. 11 seconds remaining. So let's see what Somerville can do. We're probably going to see the fake handoff again,
Yeah.
especially
Hey,
during a
that'd be
squib
nice.
kick. And here's Raw. He decided to launch it now.
Here we go. There it is. You called it, Anthony.
Yep, there's that reverse.
Shirley's
Avila
got it.
kicked it and trying to get some space.
Another penalty.
And there is another flag. And another one just decided to loft in the air.
Yeah, they're getting a little testy over there. It's on the sideline of Somerville. I don't know if there's some gibbering and jabbering going on, but everybody just needs to go back to their sideline, go to their huddle.
Oh, yeah, there's only 3 seconds left in this first half. So helmet-to-helmet contact against Somerville, which will back them up even more. But at this point, I think they're just going to take a knee.
Yeah, no, definitely. Take a knee, get out of this quarter here, get out of the half, and talk to your team. You know, they've been playing hard. There's a lot of positives on the Somerville side. I know it's 24-0, but they're still in this game. There's been a lot of positives. They're playing hard. They're a well-coached football team, and there's a lot of fight left in them Bears. Now, if you are a person over here on the Hughson side, you got to limit your mistakes, man. I mean, they could be up by another, I don't know, what would you say, Anthony, 3 touchdowns maybe?
I would say at least 2. At
Yeah.
least because those 2 interceptions, they were already in the inside scoring area. They were in the red zone. They just so happened to give a gift right back to the Bears.
Right, and the penalties, and some of the penalties are maybe mental and effort type penalties in the sense that, you know, delay of games. And, you know, you can't have those in week 3 like we talked about. This is not week 1. So they got to clean that up as far as the Husky fans here, the Husky team will do.
Yeah, as we see the Huskies playing prevent defense, as we'll probably just see a knee or maybe some type of handoff here. And, yeah, we are going to see the knee as Brokini and his Bears are going to go into the locker room and try to figure it out. But the Huskies have a commanding 24-0 lead to conclude the first half, as it's been one-sided. However, a bright spot for Somerville is their defense, getting 2 interceptions off of quarterback Meyer. But other than that, Aiden Meyer's been able to get big touchdowns, and we even saw Morris, who's a wideout, throw his first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, that was a really nice double pass. You mentioned Julian Edelman, the former quarterback at San Mateo, and throwing the ball there on the double pass like Tom Brady. And it was a repeat here, man. It looked just like them, basically, right?
Yeah, that's what. It's the first thing that came to mind. And then we saw Dowdy, who I guess you could say was like the Gronk of the play. He caught it wide open and was gone for 66 yards, and that was a pivotal touchdown. And then earlier, we later saw the 39-yard catch in the first quarter by Dowdy. So he's been a part of a lot of big plays, already over 100 yards receiving. And we're only in the first half.
Yeah, no, definitely. He is. He's been a big part, and also defensively too. We forgot to mention that. You know, he's playing defense, playing linebacker. He's got involved early in the offense. So I look for him to come out and do the same thing. Him and Davila as well. Davila's had some nice runs on offense. So you know, we're going to keep seeing these offensive weapons going. I don't think that they're going to take their foot off the gas pedal here when they come out, Hughson. You know, I think they're going to keep going.
On a concluding note, what do you think that the Somerville Bears need to do? We'll go to them first, just some quick pointers before we go to break on what they need to do enter in the second half, because they still need to get points on the board.
Yeah, no, definitely. Once again, if I'm Coach Leveros over there, I'm talking to my guys. I got to tell them, hey, guys, we're still in this. It's 24-0, I know. But the thing is this, come out, run some basic offensive plays, and what I mean by that is something that you're comfortable with, whatever it may be. Whatever the offense is comfortable with, it could be a run play, pass play. Stick to that. Get a drive going, something positive yards. Try to come up with a touchdown. Take as much time as you can off the clock. Rest your defense. That's what I would be telling my team.
Yeah, as we'll have to see. We'll wait until the second half. It'll be about 10 minutes. It's 24-0 Huskies. And here's a quick word from our sponsors here at Black Oak Casino Resort. Hello, Bears fans. Black Oak Casino Resort is very proud to help bring you tonight's live streaming of the Somerville Bears football game against the Hughson High School Huskies. If you haven't been to the Black Oak Casino Resort recently, now is the time to come by and check us out, whether you enjoy concerts and other events at the West Side Pavilion, the 5-star RV Park, the beautiful Black Oak Hotel and Conference Center, the bowling alley, the Family Fun Center, and all the games are casino offers, or the fine dining at Stevens at Stevens Sisters Restaurant. It's all there waiting for you. Thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game. And also Chicken Ranch Casino. Chicken Ranch Casino is a proud sponsor of the Somerville Bears Quarterback Club and their support of Somerville student athletes. Together, Chicken Ranch Casino believes we can all help elevate each and every student athlete's game, both on the field and, of course, in the classroom. And then the Bears Quarterback Club. Hey, Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you tonight's live streaming of Bears football. If you are enjoying the broadcast, consider supporting Bears football by joining the Bears Quarterback Club. Dues are only $100 per year, and any money we raise is used to support Bears football and other Somerville High School activities. Membership applications are available on our website at www.bearsqbclub.com. One more time, that's bearsqbclub.com. As a member of the club, you will support and help create something special here in Bears country. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game. We'll take a short break as I'm Anthony Silva with Carlos Franco. The score is 24-0. The Hughson High School Huskies lead the Somerville High School Bears.
Gentlemen, welcome to NorCal Sports TV. I'm Carlos Franco. We're here live today in beautiful Hughson, California for the matchup between the home team, the Huskies of Hughson, and the Bears of Somerville. We're joined by a familiar face here at Hughson High School, Coach Sean King. Coach King has been the university head coach, varsity assistant. I think you've done pretty much everything here, and you took over the varsity team in 2018. How does it feel to be the varsity coach under a new administration? You have a new athletic director and a new principal.
It's been great. You know, obviously we have to work through some things, but it's a work in progress, and we're headed in the right direction.
Okay, great. I have a couple questions in regards to your offense. You have an outstanding young junior quarterback, three-sport athlete here at the school. He runs your offense very well. Number 10, Mr. Aiden Mayer. What do you expect from him tonight as far as him managing the game and getting the ball to your playmakers?
Keep doing what he's been doing. You know, his stats doesn't actually reflect how good he's been doing. We've had a lot of drop passes first couple games, but you know, as a young quarterback he's doing a great job. He's way ahead of his time. So we're excited about what he brings to us and his future.
Okay, we look forward to seeing him. And as far as your defense, we talked earlier. You mentioned to me you have two very athletic defensive ends. You have two outstanding linebackers. Your defense has been playing very well. You're facing a Somerville team that has their weapons also. The quarterback, Barkini, number 8, the fullback, Veach. So they have their work cut out for them. What can you tell me about your defense, Coach?
The defense is really what's been leading us, our team. Last week was the first time that our offense had to pick up for the defense. But we have a lot of juniors. I mean, we have 7 juniors on our defense, 7 juniors on our offense. So we're a young team. But our DNs, number 75, Garrett Hicks, number 8, George Creighton, they're going to be great. And they're just now starting, and we're excited about the offseason. They've really hit the weightlifting program, and they have a bright future.
Okay, great, Coach. Now, you mentioned 75 Hicks, 8 was George Creighton, correct? And Mayer. Now, those two guys are very good athletes. They also play on special teams. One's your snapper, one's your punter. Who's your kicker, and what do you expect from your special team play tonight?
So our kicker has been number 5, Nolan Raw, but we realized we never get him off the field. So we went and got a soccer player, and he'll be kicking extra points tonight, and number 5, Nolan Raw, will still be our field goal kicker. But we're confident in our special teams. We worked hard on our return game this week, so I look for some fireworks with our special teams tonight.
Okay, Coach. Well, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight. We're going to go back to the booth. We're ready for the kickoff.
Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us as we'll be starting the second half very soon. I'm Anthony Silva with Carlos Franco. The Hughson High School Huskies lead the Somerville High School Bears 24-0 as we'll get the second half started very soon. And this game is also brought to you by another sponsor of ours. Visit Tuolumne County as Yosemite, Gold Country, High Sierra, all areas you'd like to visit, and also Boyer Construction. And a big thank you to our sponsors for this game. As second half starting very soon, Coach. As you said, you have some information on how Hughson High School, the Huskies, they're not 2-1, they're 1-2, and why they had to forfeit.
Yeah, we had a scheduled Joel Bernard, the athletic director here at Hughson High School, but he's busy working, doing some stuff, so he couldn't make the interview here. Basically what happens is they played an ineligible player, and they had to self-disclose. Now, the player that played football during that first game versus Amos Alonzo Stagg of Stockton was a player who was new at the high school. CIF has a system in which you have to report all your transfers. So basically, if I'm school A and I receive a player, I have to contact school B and say, hey, your ex-player is now here with us. And it's a long process. Sometimes it goes quickly, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on how fast school B answers school A. So sometimes like I said, it doesn't happen like right away. And the CIF does a great job, and by doing that, there's bylaws and there's rules that we all have to follow. What basically happened was it was a clerical mistake. Overlooked the player. He had never played football before. It wasn't as he was recruited or anything by Hughson. And as a result, they self-disclosed and had to forfeit their Week 0 win versus Stag. It doesn't affect them in any way, shape, or form for playoffs, assuming they qualify on the field. So it's basically they fessed up to the mistake, and they're going to move on and look forward. And as I mentioned, they were looking to make a statement, when they came out, and they have made a statement. I brought up Bart Scott. Can't wait, man. They were ready.
Yeah, can't wait.
And they are ready. And 24-0 is not a reflection on how bad this team wants this win, and how they could be up by another, what do we say, Anthony, maybe
at least two touchdowns.
Definitely, yeah.
But I credit the Somerville defense. There's no knock on them. They got big interceptions, 2 of them, one by even the quarterback, Rakini.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, the Somerville, they're coached by Sean Leveros. He's a 1994 grad of Somerville High School. So he bleeds the black and orange over there, and he's teaching his guys how to play the Somerville way. In other words, they're tough. Tuolumne County they make them tough up there. And Coach Leveros' team, there's plenty of fight left in them. And they're fun to watch.
Yeah, and I agree. We'll see if they can get something going in the second half. And in California, they are ranked 658, and the Huskies are ranked 515. 2 schools that are relatively close, although the Huskies are a lot closer. But we'll see what Coach Leveros can do to get this offense going. And here's the kickoff, a short kick that will be returned by the Bears, and a gang tackle as Fleming gets a good return.
You know what? You guys got to see the interview, the pregame interview at halftime. That was 75 Hicks kicking off. He's the defensive end. That's one of the guys that Coach King talked about at the beginning of the broadcast. So now he's even doing kickoffs now, playing DN.
He can kick, he can hit, he can do it all. Now, next thing, quarterback, and what's next? What's next?
Well, he can't throw a pass with 75 on his jersey, though. But maybe they'll put some tape over it.
Well, I know you've seen J.J. Watt play action. They threw him one in the end zone one time. Maybe they got something for him later in the books.
Well, NFL is different. You could declare. I could say I declare I'm an eligible receiver. High school, you can't. So there's certain numbers for certain positions.
Right. As Rocchini with the handoff. And a great defensive line stand. But you can tell throughout these drives, it's been similar plays. That handoff to Vish, they try to get him going. He did get 3 yards, so not bad, but still, they're trying to get him going still.
Hey, if he got 3 yards and does it again, that's 6. Does it again, that's 9. Does it again, that's a first down.
Yes.
So if they could come out and establish something positive, something basic, as I mentioned, Coach Leveros probably talked to him and said, we're going to stick to our game plan, do something positive, get it going, and come up with a score. They're right back in this.
Yeah, and it's 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun Rocchini. Firing underneath, and a great shoelace tackle, which now brings the other defender by grabbing his foot. He was able to swarm other defenders around him, and a great job by Dotsey to keep him.
Dotsey made that tackle, and Hicks ran right out there as well. So we're at 3rd down here. But you know what? That was another positive play in regards to positive yardage for Somerville.
Yes, it's now 3rd and 5 at the 47. Yeah, Clayton Dowdy, he plays wide receiver and also in a big role at running back. As Rocchini rolling out left, hitting his man underneath, and a great tackle over there by defensive back Farias, which will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it's 4th down now, so Coach Leveros got to come up. He's at a manageable 4th down, and what I mean by that, he get a first down here. We'll see, maybe it's 4th and 1. And I know it's early in the second half here, but, you're down 24-0. He might just decide, hey, I'm going to go for this. I'm not going to punt it. So, on their side of the field, I'd go for it, and it looks like he is definitely going to go for it.
Yeah, 4th and 1, maybe a QB sneak if we could see it.
Oh, what happened there was they were going to run the QB sneak, and they did on the touch, we call it. So basically the quarterback comes up, puts his hands underneath the center, and gives him a little nudge. And everybody's supposed to get off on the ball at the same time. Now, Somerville didn't get off on the ball all at the same time, but they still had enough line surge to get the first down.
Yeah, and that they did, a pivotal one to keep this drive alive. They need points, and they need it bad, especially in the third quarter. They have the ball first. They are across midfield at the 46.
Here comes the rollout again there.
Rolling out right, pressure by Hicks, and a great pass. Are his feet in? No.
No, he's out of bounds.
Miller's feet were not in. He tried to quickly toe tap in there, but it's out of bounds.
Now, I'm not sure if that was a rollout by design, but Brocchini likes to run when he throws the ball. And he did throw a good pass, but it was just out of bounds. A good throw, good catch. But if we were playing in Canada, maybe, right? But not here.
Yeah, the field would be big enough. Yeah, I agree. But we're still awaiting a big play from this Somerville offense. It seems they're almost ready to try to get a big play and get big yards, but we have not seen that quite yet. But the Huskies we have is pitch outside. There's Veach.
Now, that was a good-looking play, but something happened there with Garrett Miller, number 3. I don't know if he was sure about who he was supposed to block, but, man, that was a good-looking play coming to this side, to the 3-receiver side.
Yes.
And it didn't go off his plan there.
Right, and now it's going to be a third down. But, yeah, Applegate had that tackle. 4 men on the line. Shotgun Brocchini. Play action rolling out left. Keeney looking, pressure, will fire and connect. And a great catch over there on the left side by Shirley, and it is a first down for the Bears. This is the offense you said you wanted to see. They're moving.
Yeah, they're moving. There was a nice play call there. Roll out to the left. You had 56 Renteria pulling out there in front of Brocchini. Looked good from the start. Nice throw, nice catch, first down. Now they're on the left hash. Maybe they'll do something over here towards the right hash, another rollout or something.
As Brocchini was taking a look at his coaching staff, and now he's in the shotgun. 2 receivers on his right side. He'll run it to Veach, who tries to get back to the right, but nothing doing. Great wall over there on that left side for that Huskies defense as we see Villarreal.
Yeah, Gavin Villarreal there at 73. Doing a good job up there.
Yeah, Villarreal and Hicks are a good tag team. They both clog up that left side and are bringing pressure to the quarterback as well as stopping the run when Veach tries to get going. A shotgun Brocchini, pressure by Hicks, fires in a tough route that's incomplete.
Well, Hicks is as advertised as well. Now, Hicks is coached by Keith Parker, the defensive line coach. And Hicks he has a motor now. Right there, he didn't touch the quarterback. He didn't touch the ball. But you know what? He made that play. He made that play by his presence, getting his hands up, made Brocchini get rid of it. Incomplete, so it's third down.
By now, 3rd and 9 at the 28-yard line, 8 yards away from the red zone. They had some success in the previous drive on 3rd down. Let's see if they can repeat it. Pressure on the blind side. Brocchini firing, and the pass is low, intended for Gregston, and that will bring up 4th down.
Now we call out the twin, number 8, Creighton, from the backside there, bringing the pressure, making Brocchini get out of the pocket and throw the ball. So the defensive ends are playing very well along with the entire defensive line of Hughson, and they're harassing the quarterback, 16, Brocchini.
Yeah, they are doing a great job, and it is now 4th and 9 at the 28. Let's see what they elect to do. It seems they're going to go for it, Coach.
Yeah, they got to go for it. I don't think they got a guy that can kick a field goal from here anyway, so 2-by-2 set.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage.
10 personnel, yeah, one back.
Shotgun Brocchini. They need at least 9 yards. Fires over the middle, and it's incomplete, but there is a flag.
That's going to be maybe hands to the face or roughing the passer there by number.
I believe we're going to have multiple penalties. Pass interference, roughing the passer. There could be a few. Let's see. And pass interference on number 56 of the defense, Logan Applegate. And that penalty at least will result in a first down.
Yeah, but you know what, their D-line, Hicks, Creighton, they had those guys on skates right there. The pass rush was something else. I mean, the penalty was uncalled for, but yet that pass rush is really, really doing a job there against the offensive line of Somerville.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Good job, though, by Brocchini for testing that coverage. Sometimes players hold on to the ball, but he tested, and Applegate got caught. His hand was in the jar. He ripped his shoulder pad back of Chase Ryan, and that resulted in that penalty. As in motion was Shirley, but a drop snap could result in a penalty.
That's going to be against the Huskies, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow, a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and we don't know if that was due. That could have resulted into that bad snap.
It could have, yeah, but either way, that's what, 30 yards right now, 2 penalties. We talked about that at halftime. The Huskies, shooting themselves in the foot there. I'm not sure how many penalties they have tonight, Anthony. It's been bad.
Yeah, they have been testy on the penalties. Their last.
I'd like to see a rollout here, not to cut you off. Rollout here to the bottom of your screen. And here it goes.
You called it. Brocchini firing underneath, caught by Shirley, and he's met immediately. And a great tackle in the open field by Stephen Morris, which probably saved a touchdown, but it's hard to get by that guy.
Yeah, no, but that was a good-looking play. I mean, I commend them for calling that. It looked good. It was ran well, but it was a nice tackle. Like you said, probably a touchdown-saving tackle there. So that'll give them second down. Right. You got 2nd and 1 here. Why not take a shot at the end zone? What the hell? You're down 24-0. Throw it in the end zone. You got 2 downs to get that 1 yard.
Yeah, you do, and why not? Could roll out to cut the field in half and look for someone on an out route, but let's see.
Look at the formation they're in, though. He's going to get the first. They're in a real tight formation there, and they look like they were just going to try to get the first down. So now you got 3rd down.
See what the ruling is if they even got it, because the ball was on the 5 originally.
No, they didn't get it.
Man, no, it's 3rd and 1 at the 5-yard line. Finally, we see the Somerville offense knocking on the door. The Bears trying to claw their way, 1 claw at a time, 1 scratch at a time, but they need a touchdown.
They're staying in that formation.
And they just said, why not? We'll just go the other side. And you think that's enough for the first down?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. Yep, move the chains. Refs said to move them.
Yeah, and they will. So first down Bears, and it'll be 1st and goal. And you like that. That's smash mouth football.
I do. That was just, you know what? They had everybody outflanked. They had the 3 receivers, even though they're bunched up to the left side. They went to the short side of the field. And I don't know if it's by design, of course, but they went to the short side where they were not outflanked. It was just smash mouth football, big boy versus big boy.
Well, they're at the 4-yard line. Run to Veach. He's going to go right behind his offensive lineman, and he was trying to push Renteria forward, his left guard.
Now look for Brocchini. Look for that same play, but Brocchini to pull it. See if they'll run that little read option. Well, I don't think it won't be a true option like triple option. It'll be just either give to the fullback and quarterback keep it.
Hey guys, what's it say on the digital?
As we'll see, we're at the 4-yard line. They're inside Huskies territory. This is the best side they've been all night. They finally have some luck and are inside the red zone, but it's 2nd down and they have 4 yards to go. Shotgun, quick slant over the middle of the field. And a great deflection and a great play by Ezekiel Davis broke up that play to Ryan.
Yeah, Brocchini, he had a small window to get it in there, but he attempted it. That was a good call. I like that they're being aggressive here. Go for that touchdown. Get in there.
Yeah, he had safety help as well over the top by Moore. That was a tough pass. There were 3 bodies around him. That's tough.
Yeah, you know what else I like, too, is they snapped the ball. There was about 5 seconds left on the play clock. Well, we don't have the play clock with the referee there. And they're just taking as much time as they can off the clock, and going to make sure they come away with some points here on this drive.
It's 3rd and goal at the 4, an all-out blitz, and they push them away. A great high IQ football play by Dowdy, who pushed the quarterback away from recovering the football, and somehow the Huskies get out of that jam.
Yeah, we were just talking about how good of a drive Somerville had going. And you know what? Let me go back to, like you're saying, a high IQ play there by Dowdy. As a coach, Pop Warner, high school varsity football, everybody else, it's really great. You'll see him push the quarterback, Brocchini, away from getting the ball. So in other words, there's something called fumble drills where it's one-on-one, they roll the ball out, and it's really cool. It's just basically guys pushing against one another to get to the ball.
Yeah, as Dowdy pushed the quarterback away. What an he's having a heck of a game. Offensively, over 100 yards receiving, and then really causing that turnover.
Yeah.
And they run it to De La Cruz, breaking some tackles, rumbling his way to the 27, around the 27-yard line. And we'll see how many yards they give him.
That was a really nice play behind 73. And the 73 is the left guard for Hughson. That's going to be Gavin Villarreal again. He's playing defense as well.
And it's 1st and 10 at the 28. That was a 13-yard gain. There is a penalty marker down.
The left tackle is also Hicks over there, too. So they're
and an illegal substitution against Somerville. And, you know, we see a lot of good teams do this that are well coached. They'll hurry it up so you can't get your subs off.
Yeah, definitely. Then you end up with 12 players on the field. And it's penalty-free play there.
Meyer handoff, same play it seems, but he'll keep it, and that's going to be a tough gain. And there is a penalty marker down again. Meyer lowered his helmet, tried to get as many yards as he can. See what the penalty's about.
It's going to be a holding call against the Huskies.
And seems to be a legal hands to the face penalty.
It's against the Huskies, so it's going to bring them back. So they had a +1, now a -1. In other words, penalty in their favor, now another one against them. Block in the back is the call. So that'll give them a first and, I guess, 8 yards after the 2 penalties.
Yeah, you're right, 1st and 8.
You don't say that often.
Yeah, not very often, unless maybe, well, no, not even that. You would say 1st and goal if it was that case. But, yeah, 1st and 8 at the 30-yard line. A unique situation.
Yeah, definitely. They're in the tens personnel, so they got the 3 receivers on one side, 1 on the other.
And shotgun Meyer, who hands it to De La Cruz, cutting back to the middle of the field, getting good yardage. But, Coach, what do you think about this? A lot of people say, including my dad being one of them, that it's 1st and 8. Is that really a penalty? What do you think about that?
I think you probably would only see that on NorCal SportsTV.
Yeah.
1st and 8. That's what I'll say.
Because even the NFL, you'll see times it's 1st and 8, but they move them back. But I don't really think that's really a penalty, because did they really get penalized for that besides moving backwards?
Yeah, they walk it up and then walk them back. It's kind of it's weird, but it's how it has to be, though. But going back to the game here, I think we're going to see Meyer keep one of these handoffs. They're kind of falling asleep on him.
And they're going to run it to De La Cruz again. Slippery, able to kick it outside. And look at the Jets on this kid. And a big hit by the quarterback, Brocchini. And there is a penalty flag on the play. Looked like a solid hit, but I guess we'll see the replay.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. I don't think, from our angle, without seeing the replay, I don't think he hit him out of bounds, but we'll see. But Brocchini's all over the place. I mean, he's making plays on offense, defense.
We'll see. Yeah, La Cruz broke the tackle, kicked it outside. This is where he thought he could turn the corner. That looked like a clean hit to me.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it was okay. I mean, because we see it slower. You know, on game speed, there's guys trying to make plays. It's not like he hit him way out by the track or anything like that. Hey, but De La Cruz could play. What do you think, Anthony?
Oh, no, he can. He's been the motor of this offense, but the penalty was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Somerville, which could mean, yeah, he hit him clean, but sometimes you don't know what they're talking down there. I don't know. Yeah. They're definitely not talking about dinner plans. I don't
No, they're not being nice to one another at all. And, you know, maybe someone said something on the sideline, too, so we don't know. So.
But back to your statement, yeah, De La Cruz, him and Meyer, great 1-2 punch for your offense.
Definitely. Then you work in 44 in the game that he's having. And Dowdy, he's having quite the game, so.
As Meyer analyzing, pump fake, escaping the sack and firing downfield. 50-50 ball. That is incomplete. Great footwork by Meyer to dodge the pressure.
Yeah, he navigated the pocket really well there and got the ball off. Meyer is he can throw, man. He looks confident there. He's running the offense very confidently, and that's something that coach wanted them tonight. See how he would manage the game plan, you know, the game within the game. So he's taking control of the huddle, calling the play, and running the plays and looking real confident while he's doing it all.
And I think the best part about that is he's a junior.
Yeah.
So you have another year to develop him, and who knows if he has any college looks, but it seems if he keeps playing like this, it could be good. Screen to the right side, breaking a couple tackles.
Quick pass out to Clayton Dowdy.
As Dowdy, he's been busy, over 100 yards receiving. We'll get maybe about 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, no, Dela Cruz over there playing hard without the football. What I mean by that, he didn't catch the ball. He's running over there and making blocks, getting involved.
Dog whistle.
Yeah, as we can see, that clock is milking. The Huskies have controlled the football for about 4.5 minutes now.
Oh, low snap.
And it is a fumble that is recovered. It seems to be by Somerville, and it is. Another costly turnover by the Huskies. That's the third one today.
Yeah, and it looks like the same play that happened over here with Brokini and Dowdy. A low snap, couldn't feel the snap, and turned the ball over.
Yeah, and there it is, sloppy snap by Applegate. And also it was low. It seems that Meyer was trying to run already before he even obtained the football, which could have made that worse.
Right, and you see number 33 for Somerville, Andrews. He hits Meyer, pushes him away like Dowdy did against Brocchini, making sure he wouldn't recover the fumble.
And in the pocket, firing downfield vertically for the first time, and it's incomplete. That's the first throw we've seen big like that today from this offense of the Bears.
Right, trying to stretch the field there. Now, Brocchini threw that ball in a good spot. He threw it out in front. It was basically my guy could catch it, and he's the only guy that's going to be able to catch this ball. Incomplete pass, but bring up a second down. I like the call on first down.
As Brocchini has made some good passes, good decisions I would agree with. But unfortunately, sometimes the receivers weren't able to make those plays, but they need it bad now with 3:35 in the third.
Now, he's got the slot receiver, 42, Shirley there, available for a quick.
And Veach flipped forward, gets a nice solid gain right there. As a healthy chunk of yards, trying to get past midfield, approaching the 40-yard line.
Right, Veach has put on quite a show as well today. He's been running the ball really hard, blocking, playing defense.
Yeah, he has, is Brocchini. Hand off to Veach again, cutting, and now finally finding his way down. And he has more than enough for a first down. Great tackle downfield by Connor Hain.
We were just talking about Veach. We'll see him. Just take straight handoff there. Guys up front, double team up to the linebacker there by 53. And then Veach just goes. He sees the opening and takes off. Nice line play there by Somerville.
Yeah, great cut back to the middle of the field. But now it's 1st and 10, 45-yard line. It's the second time they've passed midfield. Their offense is moving. Brocchini, pressure by Hicks, has to roll out left. Dodging the sack, but still resulting in a sack. A swarm of defenders. Hicks started it, and then the right side of that defensive line finished it.
Yeah, Hicks, once again, he's got a motor. He flushes him out. We'll see here. Hicks around, he runs the loop, comes basically unblocked. Forces Brocchini out to his left where his friends could join the party there and take him down.
Yeah, it was a defensive line party. As Hicks having a very impactful game. We've been saying his name a lot.
Now over here on the defense of Hughson, we got number 7, Miller. He's playing pretty far off the ball. I don't know if it's by design right now by the defense or maybe he's not aligned correctly. I'm not sure. We'll see right now. We got a penalty again. Or maybe it was because there was a penalty and he was lined up. But either way,
yeah, and a full
42
start.
Shirley there has been open for like maybe a quick bubble screen or something. He's playing so far off him. So we'll see if maybe Somerville does that because Brocchini does like to throw to his right.
Yeah, and that full start penalty backs it up to 2nd and 16. And let's see what they decide to do. Those quick passes, those out routes, the corner routes, it's been a popular trend for this Bears offense. And let's see what they go to here on 2nd and 16. Handoff to Veach. Falls forward and a great tackle.
With a tackle by the 25, Tyler.
As Veach found a hole, but was met pretty quickly. This defense is swarming fast to get these tackles, as it's now going to be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, Hughson runs a 4-3, and they're just playing fast. They play fast, get to the ball, let their guys make plays.
Yeah, it seems to be man-to-man coverage. They got one safety deep. Racchini looking, firing downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. A deflection.
Another flag.
And there is more laundry on the field. The pass was intended to Daniel Gregston, and great defense over there for the Huskies.
We got holding against the Bears.
Personal foul against the 56 of Somerville.
And a personal foul against Somerville, as it's charged to Logan Applegate.
You know, I said this already, Anthony, but I got to say it again. This is like a week 1 game here, man. This is a lot of penalties, uncalled for.
Yeah, and excuse me, the penalty was actually by Jacob Tyler Renneria for Somerville.
So I think we had at one point in time on this drive a 3rd and 5 from like the 40-yard line of the Huskies here. Now, what do we got? I think it's 3rd and 25 or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
3rd
that.
and very long. As it's going to be tough to come back from. But Baccarini in the shotgun, looking pressure, and he escapes the pressure, looking downfield, and full speed coming and throws him down. And great way to get to the quarterback, Tyler Lewis, all over it.
Yeah, Brocchini, he's trying to make a play. You know, he's running for his life basically there. It's tough to make a play when you know the defense knows pretty much what you're going to do. He's in a third and a bus ride type situation where he's got to come up with a lot of yards. The defense for the Huskies plays back. They know where the markers are. He's got to get to the lollipops, as we say, and they were pretty far. So he wasn't going to get there. Tries to make a play and gets tackled there inbounds. The clock's still running.
Yes, they're going to wait till the end of the quarter, and this will conclude the 3rd quarter. It's 24-0. The Huskies have the same lead they had at halftime. So no scoring as of right now. And we'll just have to see what they do on 4th down, most probably a punt. But it's been a tough go-around. And before the 4th quarter starts, we'd like to thank our sponsors yet again. You should visit Tuolumne County, which is responsible for having Yosemite, Gold Country, and, of course, High Sierra. I want to thank our sponsors yet again. And our last one, Boyer Construction, as without our sponsors, it'd be very difficult to have this great game televised on YouTube and other platforms. We want to say thank you yet again to all of our sponsors before we start the 4th quarter, where it's 24-0 Huskies. And it's been a tough go-around. You look at this team in their last game, the Somerville Bears, they've had their struggles offensively, and one of them was getting the quarterback going. He was throwing the ball under 50%. Similar to today, he's under a lot of pressure. He can only do so much.
Yeah, no, I agree. Sometimes those numbers are not as accurate as you may think when you're in a situation where it's 3rd and 20 whatever. I mean, that's tough. It's tough for any quarterback to come through on something like that. So what happens is he has been placed in a situation as far as the last few series where he can make a type of throw on a 3rd and 5, on a 3rd and 8, on a 4th and 2 or something like that. They've been in 3rd and longs quite a bit today.
Yeah, it is quite frustrating as a quarterback to get going when you're under so much pressure and you're always running.
But you know what, Anthony? He's still out there fighting. The Bears are still out there doing their thing.
Yeah, he is. He's stepping up, fires over the middle of the field, and Shirley would have got hit real hard by Morris, and there's a penalty marker on the play. Could be helmet-to-helmet contact. We'll find out.
It could be, but you know what? Going back to what we were saying, Brocchini stood tall in the pocket, threw that ball to Shirley. Shirley went for it. They're still playing.
Yeah, I agree.
They called a personal foul on the Huskies there.
Yeah, they did call that personal foul on that hit, but it seemed to me as a safety.
Yeah, we'll see it right here on the replay. Good throw. Brocchini's getting hit.
That's a tough call.
That's a tough call. Bang, bang call play, I should say, but He didn't hit him with the head. He hit him with the shoulder.
Yeah, and it looked like he was avoiding him. I don't know if that's one of those calls as a coach. I don't blame you for being upset about that.
No, definitely. I'm all for safety. We're all for safety, of course. Player safety is first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
But our game, football, has been under attack. You know, as far as what I mean by that, the media sometimes paints it out. There are concussions, and I understand those types of things. But it's a great game, and it's a safe game when it's played correctly. And you get so much more out of football than you know.
Right, as Brocchini standing tall. Pressure by Lewis, who lays the boom. And he messed up that pass, but he does help up Brocchini. And like you said, although it's a game, it's competitive, he laid him out, but he helped up the opposing team's quarterback. Those little things, that's good qualities.
Right, great. You know, you learn a lot of things as far as it's a team effort. You have to rely on your teammates, and we'll see right here as the thing that you're talking about here, Anthony, where just the chivalry, we'll say, of the
Lewis
respect.
coming in unblocked.
Yeah, he can't throw the ball. He can't plant his feet. So what Anthony was talking about is after that, the defenders of the Huskies helped up Brocchini. So it just goes back to sports does so much for our youth. It's a real positive.
No, of course, that's always nice to see. But that was a turnover on downs, so now we'll see Meyer get to work as De La Cruz kicking it to the outside again. He is a hard tackle, and he will cross the 45-yard line, and it's a first down for the Huskies.
Nice run. You know what? You see his legs; they just turn over and turn over and turn over. It just he must dominate like ladder drills. You know, he must be fun to watch doing a ladder drill or something like that. His feet, his turnover is incredible. You'll see here, cuts back. Look how fast his feet are.
Yeah, confident runner, and he knows how to use his blockers.
Man, look at that straight arm right there too.
A very nice run. I think if you need your car jumped, I think he just needs to run, and he'll start, I think, immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. A lot of energy right there.
As 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line, they're in Bears territory. And why not run it again? And a great team tackle by the Bears. Andrews tried to get in there, and he tackled him down. De La Cruz still gets a nice chunk of yards.
Yeah, you know what? I don't see the Huskies being conservative here either. You know, it's like, okay, we're up 24-0, but we're still going to try to score touchdowns, obviously. You know, they're going to still throw the ball. It's going to happen here. Or maybe Meyer does the keep, but they're not going to sit on the ball and not try to score is what I'm trying to say.
Right, and that's important because you see some teams, they get conservative, and then that can hurt them in other games later down the road when they play opponent. It's a close game.
Correct.
And a quick slant, and a little behind him, but a great job of locating the football. And that's going to be a first down. Miguel Perez with the great catch. It's like he didn't see it. It was like, oh, hey, you got a cookie for me right there.
Yeah, you know, he threw it out there, and all of a sudden he reached back for it and got it. That was really nice.
Yeah, great catch by Perez. That's his first catch today, and it was a nice quick slant.
Mentioned him. You'll see it right here on the replay. But look at, catches the ball, boom. The ball comes out quickly. And you see it, it's a little bit behind him, and Perez says, whoa, I got something. Let me just get out of here with this ball.
Yeah, and that ball puts them in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Meyer, they're going to run it right up the middle, and De La Cruz gets tackled around the 10-yard line. And you're right, they're just using that big offensive line, running behind Applegate, and you could tell right up the middle, Applegate, he's pushing. He's winning his battles in that slot.
Yeah, no, definitely Applegate, Hicks, Caetano, and Scarborough. They're up there. They're dominating right now, you know, and they're going to keep the ball behind those big guys right now. Probably give the ball again to De La Cruz, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, as Meyer's in the gun.
And may I add, they've really protected Meyer well today, too.
Yeah, they have. And De La Cruz slicing his way inside the 5-yard line at the 4, and it's 1st and goal. A great crowd, as you said earlier. A lot of family, friends. It's always nice to see, especially high school sports. I'm sure we could all remember, and those watching can remember. High school football on a Friday, that was like a must-see thing.
Yeah, definitely. And let's get back here to the play.
And there's a run to De La Cruz, touchdown.
Right behind the big guys that we mentioned. That offensive line is
And that offensive line, you're right, has been moving. And De La Cruz a cherry on top, and it's now 30-0. The Huskies have a commanding lead with just over 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying, Anthony, Friday Night Football is just great. You'll see this highlight here. De La Cruz taking the handoff. Look at 71 out there just manhandling, making a great block. 71.
Yeah, Noah Scarborough.
Yeah, Scarborough, that was just really nice. We've mentioned him quite a bit tonight. And the kick by 72. It's good.
Yeah, it is good, and that's 31-0. The Huskies' offense has been rolling quite well, and De La Cruz has been the motor of it. And so is Meyer, but on the ground, when the ball's handed off to De La Cruz, you know someone's getting shifted. He's moving.
Yeah, he's shifty. But I'm going to go back to what you were saying earlier about this being a great atmosphere. We got a guy number 72, Beltran, there kicking. You don't see a lineman kicking field goals or extra points, you know.
No.
And we're out here, and I remember being a young man just looking up to the varsity guys, you know, when you were younger watching high school football games. And I remember some of their names. And you know, maybe they weren't great players, but I thought, hey, man, these guys are awesome, you know. And you're out here tonight, you see their Pop Warner, their youth program out here, the band's playing, the cheerleaders. This is a community event, and it's just a real positive atmosphere. I mentioned we're here in the stands, and everybody's been really nice, really helpful, staying out of our way, and we're having a great time up here at Hughson High School.
Yeah, and the fact that their team's winning also makes it an even better environment for them. But I do credit Somerville for, although the game has not gone their way, their defense, their offense, you even said it earlier, that no-quit grit, you need that, because sometimes it's not always going to work out. Oh, yeah, definitely. And I mentioned Coach Leveros being an alumni there. He is showing these guys the Somerville way, which is play tough football. And here's the return by Shirley. Going to try to kick it right back up, and maybe this is the return they need as he crosses the 35-yard line near the 37. Shirley's still fighting there. That's what we're saying right there. Coach Leveros has his guys playing hard, and I take my hat off to them because they are definitely still putting up a fight. They didn't just quit. Oh, and there's a penalty flag on the play. Frustration and tempers could be boiling, but Shirley was talking to the official earlier. So let's see what this call is. He seemed to be upset that they stopped him. It's sportsmanlike conduct against the Bears. Yeah, it is unsportsmanlike conduct. As Shirley was barking to the official, maybe because he felt his forward progress was not stopped, and he told the official, and I guess he heard enough, and he threw it. Yeah, you know what, though? We go back to them playing tough, playing hard, but they got to play smart as well. They just had a really good return, and once again a penalty backs them up to their own 22-yard line. Yeah, that is very frustrating. Now it's 1st and 10, especially as a coach, to be in that situation. As now we have to see how this offense, who's had some success in this half, better than the first half, is Brokini back in operations. You know, when you get down to a situation like this, Anthony, and as a former coach, you're looking about 7 minutes, 8 minutes left in the game. You're down 30-0. You're like, hey, man, what do I do? Do I get my guy hurt? You got your quarterback. You know, as they say, you live to fight another day. We may not see many rollouts anymore from Brokini. We may see more of Veach, and we'll see what happens there. And although to make a positive out of a negative, they could also try and work on other plays for their next game. So here we go. Brokini, 3-step drop looking, avoiding pressure, and is going to run. He's going to take it up the right field side, and he's bumped out of bounds. But a good gain there, good speed. Yeah, you know what? We'll combine the two things we were saying. They worked on something. Brokini made a big play. But I can guarantee you Coach Leveros was saying, get out of bounds, as he ran over there by his sideline. Yeah, you don't want to take a hit, especially in a game that's kind of out of reach as of right now. Correct. And we got another penalty here. Seems as the game's gone on, the penalties have only picked up. And they'll back them up again. You know, a lot of things happen in what do we got here? What's the call? We got sportsmanlike personal foul was the call. So that personal foul penalty puts them in a tough spot, and timeout Huskies. So this game has been tough in terms of penalties. The flags have picked up in this game. You would think as the score comes out of reach, maybe the penalties would drop, but some, like you said, they're self-inflicted off of just frustration from Somerville.
Frustration and fatigue. You know, Vince Lombardi would say fatigue makes cowards of us all. You know, and what happens there is sometimes when you're tired, you're not thinking correctly, and by doing that, you end up making silly mistakes that you wouldn't make. So I don't know. I can't speak for the guys, but they got to be more disciplined.
Right, is before the next snap, and while it is a timeout, we do want to thank our other sponsors, Black Oak Casino Resort, and also we want to thank Chicken Ranch Casino, two of our sponsors that we appreciate very much, as it is the fourth quarter with 8:17 to go. It's 31-0. The Huskies of Hughson lead the Somerville Bears and are looking to go 2-2 on the season. But one of these teams will go to 500 and the other will drop to 1-3. And Hughson, this is a great win they could build off of. They're in a league that's tough. You know, they got to compete. And Hillmar is in their league, and they're ranked top 100 in California. So you got to play good football.
The Yellow Jackets of Hillmar, they're real good.
As Burkini with the handoff to Veach, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. And a great tackle by Lewis, who met him immediately. But, yeah, I mean, Hillmar ranked top 100. I mean, Livingston, you know, all these schools in their league are 3-0, and they're the only school that has a couple losses. So these games are important because when it gets to that time of league, that's when everyone's familiar with one another.
Right, and remember one of the losses was the win, the forfeit. So, you know, this is a good football team. They just created a lot of mistakes today with their penalties. Burkini's back to pass.
Dropping back and a diving interception. A great interception over there on the left side by Ezekiel Davis. And it is a big one that just puts the icing on top of the cake. Already a great day. That's two icings, not one.
Yeah.
Two now.
Cherry on top, we'll say. But you know what? He threw that ball into double coverage. You'll see trying to get the ball to number 9, Chase Ryan there. And then Chase got, I think it was number 9, he got kind of bumped. Yeah, you'll see right here.
Yeah, it was to Chase Ryan. And Davis jumped the route.
Yeah, he sure did. You know, Brocchini's trying to make plays. Nothing wrong with that. But it's an interception. We'll see what happens here. Meyer still comes out at quarterback.
Yeah, as Meyer still comes out. If you had a lead like this, would you put in your starting quarterback?
No, it depends. And what I mean by that is, first of all, I'm going to say no. If I had a guy, we had a false start there a little bit.
Yeah, penalty marker. Yeah. We'll see if the play's dead or if it's...
Because if you notice some of the guys from the first team, there's some different numbers out there. You'll notice. And if it was me, if I had a guy who can hand the ball off and do something like that, I would definitely take Meyer out. But that was just me. Because you know what? You mentioned the conference that they're in. They're going to play some really tough guys. So I would say, you know what? Maybe this if he doesn't take him out now, this is probably his last series.
His last series, and it is going to be set back due to a penalty in a legal motion, which puts them back. So they're inside the 30-yard line. As showing blitz, and they're going to run it anyway, and breaking a couple tackles and tackled immediately as they have a new running back in there, Tanner Nelson, who got that handoff.
Nice play by number 9, Chase Ryan, on the Somerville side. Again, that never die attitude. Don't quit. That was a really nice play.
As they're all still playing regardless. As De La Cruz, his night could be over. As I said, they put in Tanner Nelson, who got a nice chunk of yards. And De La Cruz had a great day, and they're going to run it again to Nelson, who's met at the line of scrimmage and swarmed by multiple Bears as Castangio with the tackle.
Yeah, number 70, Castangio there, accompanied by some other Bears there as well.
So, yes, the good old milk the clock and just see how far we can go. It'll be 3rd and 12 at the 24-yard line. On the bottom.
I think the Bears only have 10 defenders out there. Brocchini came out.
And timeout, yeah, Bears, and that could have been why you called it.
Definitely. He only had 10 players out there. Brocchini ran out. I'm not sure why. But they were playing with 10 guys there.
So when this game's over, it seems likely that the Huskies are going to win. But as a coach, we'll go on the loser side with the Bears. Of course, it's frustrating. It's hard to talk when you lose, but especially during a blowout. But what would you say as a coach in terms, you're happy with the effort, but you're not happy with the lack of execution?
Right. No, definitely. That's what I would start with. Because, first of all, you mentioned, Anthony, the effort's there. They're out there playing. They're playing hard. But they have to play within the scheme and also within themselves, play within their emotions. They had a lot of penalties that could be easily fixed in regards to mental mistakes. And I would start with the penalties, of course. I would address my team. And you can't win with all those penalties.
No, you can't. As motioning is Morris, and they are going to hand him the football, and he's going to turn it upfield. He'll get in the red zone and get to about the 13-yard line, and that is going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, he comes on that jet sweep, and Miguel Perez out front making a block as well.
So Morris was in motion, and they just gave him the ball and said, hey, get us a first down.
Yeah. Now, going back to what we were talking about earlier, with I would tell my team if I was Somerville about all the penalties. On the other end, too, if I'm Coach King over here, I'm telling my team, what the heck, man? We had a ton of penalties, and we still won. We got to put this together. I mean, we could have had more points.
Right, especially with the interceptions as they're going for it on 4th and short. And, wow, the snap count got them. They jumped. And there's a few guilty suspects, but Ashton Bias was one of them.
Yeah, 54, Joshua Marquez has been kind of doing that a couple of times with his he kind of resets the right tackle there. He hasn't been called on it, but if you see 54, he kind of does a little shimmy move right before the I don't know if he's adjusting his shoulder pads or what his deal is, but it's drawing some people off.
All right, there's Nelson with the carry and tackled immediately by Baez, who shot the gap, and a great tackle for a short loss. So we're now under 5 minutes to go in this 31-0 game.
And, yeah, they're going to take some time off the clock here.
Yeah, as the clock's been running for a few minutes. They've had the ball for over 3 minutes now. And let's see what Myers will do. They're going to hand it off. It's a fake handoff. Meyer tried a stiff arm. He'll fall forward for a few yards as Aiden Meyer will get across the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he pulled it and kept it. And they're calling him over to the sideline here to get the next play. I think he could have kept it earlier today, too, a couple of times. But you know what? Why have him keep it when Dela Cruz had the night that he'd had?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. They average 105 rushing yards per game, and then they get a performance from De La Cruz like that, which is going to spike that number up. As Meyer analyzing. And they're going to run it to Nelson again on that left side. And tackled for a short gain. But in terms of also passing, they average a little over 189 yards per game, but one receiver in Dowdy had around 120 yards, so that number will go up as well.
Yeah, Dowdy made some big plays offensively tonight and defensively as well, with the fumble recovery and the tackles that he made. He had quite the night. But, yeah, definitely as far as his reception total was something to applaud tonight.
Yes, indeed, as it's 4th and goal at the 6. This could be a pass attempt here by Meyer. And no, they're going to hand it off again to Nelson, who gets hit really hard. Chase Ryan came in for the boom, and then the team swarmed around him. And that will be a turnover on downs as with 3:04 to go. This one's almost wrapping up as we see some fans starting to make their way towards the exits.
Yeah, Coach King called for a running play there. Class act. I mean, he's up by so many points. He could have elected to throw the ball. He's got his starting quarterback out there. He could have made it happen, but he handed the ball off there and, letting his guys play, though. He's still got to play, and that's what he's doing.
Yes, Brachini. It's been a tough night. And it's going to be 1st and 10 inside their own territory at the 6. Ryan is at the bottom of your screen, guarded by one-on-one coverage. And they're going to run it to the left. and Veach tackled around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he stayed in bounds there, so the clock's still going. He'll be second and about 6 maybe.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line with 2:40 to go. As outside of that interception by Bracchini in the second half, he made some big plays. He caught a pick of his own. He made some big tackles. As they're going to run it to Veach again. That's for a nice little 3-4 yard gain.
No, there's definitely some talent out here, you know. And what I mean by that is there's some college talent. We have here from Hughson High School, we have Noah playing at MJC. We have Christian Hernandez at Merced College. You know, they're former players that come through these programs. Somerville's had some players as well that have went on to play junior college or college football. So there's definitely some talent on the field.
Yeah, that's a salute to the coaching staff as well. As if they're going to get a run right up the middle.
Yeah, that's something I forgot to mention earlier. Both coaches here, Coach King and Coach Leveros, are former Modesto Junior College Pirates football players and coaches. So, yeah, there's a lot of talent and a lot of history here.
Right, as Veach's night may be done, is now in the backfield. Connor Cawley has those duties, and he's going to run the ball to the left side. Sees a hole, crosses the 25-yard line.
Go Connor.
And, yeah, he's picking up the duties.
Hey, see, again, that's great. I get in, I'm gonna get the job done. You know, I mean, I'm gonna make the most of my opportunity. I like that attitude. He comes in and he's making some plays. He doesn't care what the score is at this point, as far as he cares because they want to win, but he's still gonna get his job done.
Hey, he had some 2 strong rushes. That was an 8-yard gain. And why not feed him again? He's gonna try to kick it to the outside, but that time, nothing doing.
Now he tackled 56.
Yeah, Logan Applegate,
who's been playing very, very well offensively as well.
Yeah, he's been active everywhere. And it's tough, though. When you play those better schools, you would have to think that with those guys that play both sides of the football, they get tired. And then when those bodies are hitting you, you feel that. So you need to make sure you're in shape.
Yeah, definitely. And as far as a coach, you got to make sure, hey, how do I rotate my player to get him a breather here and there, you know?
Yes, Cali again wrapped up in the backfield, a swarm of defenders as leading that charge.
73 again, Villarreal.
Yes, even Damian Castellano got involved. And with 40 seconds remaining, this game is about over. So the Huskies had a great offensive performance, putting up 31 points. A lot of big plays earlier, a 66-yard touchdown that Dowdy received as it was thrown by Stephen Morris, who's a wide receiver and a backup quarterback, as a little bit of trickery, which was the biggest play of the game. And then in the first quarter, the 39-yard catch by Dowdy again. Here's a run, and Cali wrapped up again for some positive yardage close to the 30-yard line. But this game is over. The Huskies put up a great fight, and their offense was rolling. And the final buzzer rings, and the final score is 31-0. A great win for the Huskies, which they'll now go to 2-2, and then the Somerville High School Bears will fall to 1-3. So some key plays. Did you see anything particularly? The quarterback play was great, but outside of that, the defenses, they were working.
Yeah, the Houston's defense was outstanding all over the place, you know, and I go back to not necessarily being a pessimist, being negative here. I go back to how talented this Hughson team is and how they had all those penalties. They got to clear that up. I mean, they got Livingston next week, so they can't come out against Livingston and create all those penalties and turnovers and come away thinking, hey, I'm going to win that game. So that's something they got to work on, but they are a very good football team, and they're a well-coached team, and I'm sure Coach King's going to get it together for them. On the other side, we have Somerville. They got a game against Delta Charter, so hopefully they didn't get too banged up, and they played hard tonight as well. Coach Leveros has those guys playing hard, and there's some positives out of tonight's contest for the Bears as well.
Yeah, you got to go back to the drawing board, watch film, and really move on. There's other opponents to worry about, especially in league. So we'll see how it tops off as the season's slowly approaching in terms of league. But it should be very entertaining, as we do want to thank our sponsors for helping us with this broadcast and being a part of it. As First Black Oak Casino Resort, we want to say thank you to them. And also, outside of Black Casino Resort, we do want to say thank you to Chicken Ranch Casino for sponsoring, and also the Bears Quarterback Club. And finally, the Somerville Bears Quarterback Club as well. As the last two, of course, we have the Tuolumne County of Yosemite, Gold Country, and High Sierra. And finally, Boyer Construction. And that will conclude our broadcast. I'm Anthony Silva with Carlos Franco. We're here in Hughson, California, as the Huskies get a home win at the final score being 31-0. And league is coming up. We're in the heart of football season. Hope you have a great and happy Friday. Take care.